Welcome to the show!
What is up? How we doing today? It is BattleRekt. It's week something. We've been doing this for a while. We're week 6. Week 6. My name's Gex. That's Rainey. We're here for another fun week of BattleRekt. How you doing today, Rainey?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
You know, I didn't think that I would be here,
Yeah?
but
you're
apparently, carpet is still kill. So
Carpet is kill. Yeah.
Carpet is kill. So
Rip carpet.
we're back. Week 6. I think we're halfway through.
Yeah, we're halfway through. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. I can't believe we're here at this point already, but
It's that time of the year.
it is. It is that time of the year. We got some more good BattleRekt for you to come today. More good BattleRekt to come. So we'll be getting into it a little bit. This is the EU portion of the broadcast. We'll go down the format a little bit in case some of you guys are still new to BattleRekt and kind of the format of the tournament. Basically, these guys played a lot of their matches yesterday. Now they're down into the top 4. We'll show you the bracket in a bit so you can see how things are shaping up for the day. But basically, they played their matches yesterday. It's a single elimination tournament, best of 3 the whole way through. Win score 5. They ban maps to. Each team will ban maps back and forth when they actually go to play their match until they get down to just 3 maps left, and then from there they'll play out of that pool of 3 maps for their actual match in the tournament. And then along with that, we do the simple draft format, right, Rainey? Can you explain that a little bit for us?
The simple draft format is very simple.
Very simple.
First, you divide the teams, right? 3 of your team members and 3 of their team members, and what you do is you take the first team member and they both blindly pick their champions, and then they reveal them to both teams. So now you know what the first pick is. And the second guys come up and they decide who they want to pick, and then they blindly pick, and then they reveal both of them at the same time. So each time you're kind of getting revealed the champion picks that your opponents are kind of deciding. And you're blindly picking the next one after that.
That's right. It can create some cool counterplay, some picks based off of what your opponents are picking. It can create some cool stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So that's a little bit of the format rundown. And if you guys want to participate in BattleRekt yourselves, you can go to BattleRekt.com and sign up there. It's free to play. Free to play. Anybody can join. So get in here. Show your skills up against some of the best in the world. You can do that by going to BattleRekt.com. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can go to WatchNGE on Twitter as well to keep up with all things NGE, BattleRekt. We have a bunch of other shows as well, so you can kind of keep up with all that stuff there. But that's kind of the little intro stuff here today. Rainey, these guys are playing for some money, right? They're playing for money today. Not just
cash
pride.
to earn.
That's right, some cash money. Cash money, $500 for first place, $300 for second, and then third and fourth will each be going home with $100 each for their team. So nice chunk of change, and then the top 4, every team that you're going to see today also gets Scorpion Mount. I think all of them probably have one by this point. We're seeing a lot of familiar faces here into the top 4, but they'll get Scorpion Mounts too. I'm sure you'll see them give them away at some point if they already have one. But so they're playing for some cash money. I guess without further ado, we should take a look at what teams we have for today. Right, Rainey? Might as well.
Let's take a look-see.
Yeah, we got Intolerant and Functional Sociopaths. That'll be our first match of the day. Then we have Daybach and Bruce Lee after that. Bruce Lee back up into our top 4. We haven't seen him in a little while, at least on broadcast, but they've managed to get themselves in here today. They'll be going up against Daybach, beating Rejects 2-1 in the quarterfinals.
This will be a very interesting kind of way the bracket plays out, because if either Daybach or Bruce Lee win, then they are likely going to face Intolerant.
That's right.
Intolerant being kind of the top seed of the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Not to count Functional Sociopaths out, but
No.
follow along with me for a little. If Daybach wins, then of course we get that round 4, round 3 of whatever this rivalry is between Daybach and Intolerant, where they keep facing off against each other in the finals. And that'll be interesting to watch. Daybach came very close last week.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be Bruce Lee that wins, then it's that continued story of old, where it's, Joltzy's old teammates.
That's right.
Up against Joltzy's new team, which is actually also interesting because now that I'm recalling, I might mess this up, but I believe that Clerney was on Bruce Lee of old as well.
I believe so.
Clerney and Jolts.
Yep, way back.
And then Clerney went through, a midlife crisis,
had to rethink some things.
Had a few arguments with some people, you know.
Yeah,
you
had
know,
to reevaluate
moved out
life.
of some homes, and
Yeah.
had just had a suitcase to his name.
Yep.
And then I
packed
think
his bags.
now he's joined back. You
Yep.
know? And now Intolerant's still the winning team, right? Intolerant's still
Right.
the top team, so Bruce Lee, in very untrue fashion to his name, is kind of the underdog. Well,
Yep.
I guess there might be a lot of movies where Bruce Lee. You know,
Yeah, normally Bruce Lee's kind of kicking butt, though.
Yeah.
Taking it, you know, so.
Mhm.
But regardless, Bruce Lee's back in. I'm excited to see them back in here, at least the name Bruce Lee. And, of course, Intolerant, they've won, what now, 3 weeks in a row of the European side of BattleRekt? 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these guys have really solidified themselves, obviously.
They're a very winning team. They're very aggressive, and I really like that. They're coordinated in their aggression as well. There's just so many nice little optimizations that they do with chaining CC together, using resource very smartly, and the fundamentals, the core fundamentals of spend resource to get your opponents to spend cooldowns, defensive cooldowns, and then punish them when their cooldowns are down. Or use positioning to cause opponents to use those cooldowns and then spend resources to punish them that way.
Right.
And there's nobody who quite does it better than Intolerant.
Yeah, they are certainly very good at that. The composition that they have been running as well, pretty shield heavy. They have the composition that they've been running quite a bit. You have Lucy, and then you have Esmo, as well as the Iva. That's been one of their popular compositions that they've been running at least for the past couple of weeks. So probably we'll see that again today as well out of them, I would assume, unless they've been changing things up a little bit. But, I mean, that composition's been working for them. So, I mean, they execute it very well, so maybe not really much of a need to change things up. So you'll probably be seeing that out of them today. But we should be getting into our first matchup here relatively soon, folks. It will be Intolerant and Functional Sociopaths, our first match of the day. It is the top 4 that we're into here in BattleRekt, keep in mind. So we'll be kind of whittling it down into our finals. So it should be a good day of games. What do you think is going to be the better one out of the semifinals here?
I want to see functional sociopaths make it through.
Yeah?
I do want to see that because they've kind of been, and this is the story of EU right now, right? You either get slapped by Debak or you get slapped by Intolerant.
Yeah.
You know, if you're one of those teams that are not the two, then you've been having a hard time, right?
Yep.
So I want to see some of these teams like Bruce Lee, like Functional Sociopaths, make something happen. And in kind of classic EU fashion, there's always been kind of maybe like 2 to 3 weeks of dominance from a team.
Yeah.
All the way back when it was Telrusk Me,
Sure.
who seemed very dominant, and then that was when Bruce Lee started kind of coming in. And then Telrusk Me kind of came back for a while, but then it started becoming, I guess, I'm trying to think if it was Project Horizon or... either
Project
way,
Horizon sounds
there's
right.
been there's been a good amount of cycling for teams that have been kind of tournament winning and winning kind of weeks consecutively. Right now it's Intolerant, but maybe they've spent their 3 weeks of budget and something is going to happen in EU. Something always happens in EU.
Yeah, EU keeps things fun. You know, it always kind of comes back and forth at least to some degree. And then on the NA side of things, then you have Onslaught just pooping on everybody, and you know, which is great. That's a really good team on the NA side, of course. Onslaught, they've won 5 weeks in a row.
People might be you know, getting pretty close. I
people
really
are getting
think,
really close.
I really think the difference for North America is just the composure in the competitive mentality, right? And I think what makes that so difficult is that they don't, because Onslaught is so strong, right, and they win so consistently, that kind of automatically gives them this kind of free pass when somebody comes close to beating them. They get really excited. It's like, we can beat Onslaught.
Yeah.
We're going to be the ones. We're going to be the ones who are famous.
People are getting close. I mean, you know, they're getting real damn close. It seems like every week people are getting, you know, they're so close. They just can't like seal the deal on beating Onslaught on the NA side of things. But I mean, that's North America. That's later today. We'll be, you know, first we
bring
gotta
North
get through
America
EU
to
here.
Europe.
Yeah,
Bring Onslaught to Europe.
I know. I'd like
I want
to
see
it.
more.
Yeah,
More of that stuff.
I know that'd be so good. You know, because I think them against European teams be some really, really good games. But we are into game number 1. It is Intolerant and Functional Sociopaths. And it seems as though, Intolerant is going to be running that same composition as we were talking about before. Jolt's on the Esmo, Nye on the Iva, and then Clearney on Lucy. And then on the side of Functional Sociopaths, you have Xanox on the Rygon, which we saw a little bit of last week, Rygon making a reappearance, I think, at one point. And then you have Vraska on the Iva, and then Randler on Lucy. So people really liking the Iva and Lucy, it seems. But how do you feel about the Rygon pick?
I think the Rygon pick is good. I think he's one of the more flexible melee characters to run. His mini dash is very helpful in the current scenario. There's just a lot you can get away with against Lucy, against Iva. But I mean, it is pretty tough just in general for melee to kind of make things work in this current situation of the game. So we'll see.
All right, let's check it out. Xanox already getting himself in there. He's taking.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's taking a beating at the moment.
Yeah, good zap to kind of get rid of most of the damage of that scenario. And also allows Xanox to run away. They get the center orb, and Xanox gets the greenies. So he's feeling pretty good. He gets his riposte dispelled, which is going to mean that he's going to have to stay back a little bit passively here. You can see that he doesn't want to initiate on Jolt quite yet. And now he goes in because it's about to come up.
His Chaos Grip going to land onto Nye. Xanox is in deep. He's got 3 guys all around him. Really needs to be careful. Now the Goo's going to drop.
Man.
He's stuck in there. Barely gets out just in time. The zap was on him, but it doesn't matter. He ends up going down Intolerant with the 1-player advantage. And they might be in some trouble here unless they can convert on a kill rather quickly.
That's kind of what we were talking about with, Intolerant being really good at punishing defensive cooldowns. They saw that he used his riposte, and clearly landed the panic after that, so they were able to get good chipping damage. That forced Xanox to use his spacebar to try to get away, and then they dropped the crippling goo on him. And typically, here's the thing, crippling goo onto Rygon, and in that situation as well, is actually not that fantastic because he just uses his mini dash on his right click and he gets out of it. He did, but the big thing about crippling goo is its initial impact and the ticks from the actual goo itself start very, very quickly, and that little amount of damage plus a snare is enough to kind of make the kill happen. Especially with the amount of pressure that they were putting onto Rygon as he was initiating, meant that he was low enough health that was a viable finisher, and clearly went for it. It's so important. The game changes when you make that first kill, right?
Yeah, getting that player advantage early on, unless you can convert back on a kill rather quickly, it can be really tough to work your way back into the round. Not impossible, but it certainly makes things much more difficult. Jolt's landing the Chaos Grip right out of the gate onto Vrask, and Xanox was looking for his lane to get in, but needs to be a little careful here. He's actually all the way up top, getting onto Clearney right now.
This is actually probably a pretty good situation. He didn't avoid the Panic Flash, which is going to slow him down, and he didn't get the knockup, so he's going to have to give up on that aggressive pressure here. Now he's going to try to parry, but nobody buys into it, and he's going to use a zap to try to keep going in. He gets stunned up by the zap, too. Spends mobility. Clearly is going to roll away. There's a punish on the roll, and that might be really good for them. There it is.
That was so good.
The big thing there is I think Intolerant left Clearly alone for too much of that game. In the opening moments, Rygon was able to kind of stop Clearly from really assisting his teammates at all. Right? The big thing is there wasn't necessarily a lot of damage coming onto Clearly, but he had to spend all of his attention kind of saving himself, right? And that time being bought for Functional Sociopaths means they can spend that moment using their range characters like Iva and Lucy, poking out Jolts, poking out Nye. And then, I really think that kind of Xanox just built that space. It's a classic 2v1 scenario, right?
So that'll be a tied up 1-1. Here, Functional Sociopaths and Intolerant.
We see Randler getting a very nice score there, and of course landing the crippling goo on the Swift roll is really important in the Lucy versus Lucy matchup. When you see Clarity go for that Swift roll and you have the energy to throw the crippling goo down, take that opportunity because it's going to put them in a really, really tough situation. They're going to have to spend a lot of cooldowns to try to get themselves out of it, and you might be able to just Clarity those options away anyways. Oh, the Clarity potion pushes Jolts out of the Tractor Beam stun, potentially there. And we'll see. Stuns up the healer, puts pressure onto Randler, does some true damage there as well. And so this is a pretty good setup for Intolerant. Functional gets the orb once again, and that's going to help. The Incapacitate is the price to pay for losing that orb, and now Xanox is in. Crippling Goo on top. They build the Venn diagram, and Vrask is the one that takes the brunt of the damage there. Xanox needs to figure something out here. The parry is going to get stunned out. The Clarity Potion, shift the aiming just that much to prevent Xanox from taking too much damage there.
Clarity getting back. Time he was caught there a little bit.
Oh, man!
Gonna drop the ultimate, but
That's a big meter spend, and it actually does pay off. It pushes Clarity and Nye back, prevents any kind of help coming onto Jolts. Jolts tries to come in to try to peel, but the target swap was there, and everybody was coordinated. They were able to make that connection happen. Oh, man.
all sorts of CC all over the place. And pulling Clarity back in to the Goose. So 2-1 for Functional Sociopaths here.
Yeah.
A little bit of a lead.
Interesting choice there from Functional Sociopaths to stack their ultimates in that fashion. Vross activates the machine gun and tries to spray them down. And in that moment, even with the barrier applied, Xanox goes for the Raigon ult. Now, typically, you won't see Raigon using his meter on that just because there's so many useful things. His EXM1 is really good. His Dragon Palm is really good. His Incapacitate is really good. There's a lot of things to spend meter on that gives you more value than his ultimate. But if you just need that damage, it can be really important. Xanox taking a lot of damage here, though. He's real deep in there. There's no zap. He loses so much health, and I think that's way too much momentum lost early on. As long as Intolerant plays it smart and doesn't get baited in by Xanox, they're going to be doing just fine, and that Flamethrower continues to work down his health.
Oh, Xanox has got to be so careful here. He's already so low on health, trying to get those greens, gets the barrier from Randler, but now he's
nice parry.
Caught right in the middle.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, barely getting out of there. What a chaos grip from Jolts to finish him off from range there. So it's going to be Intolerant with that player advantage. The Goo's going to get dropped. Goo on both sides dropping.
Oh, my God.
Woo.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a massacre. The Goo everywhere.
Yeah, standing in the Goo, getting double tasered up, double in the Goo, and also all three teammates on the Intolerant side just pestering damage down on them. That's the difficulty, right? When you're frontlining in BattleRekt as a melee champion, you really need to understand what your opponent's mentality is, right? You commit too early, and they can back off and just kind of pile onto you. You could get put into a really bad situation. In that scenario, Xanox didn't get zapped. Probably Vross didn't have it, and he was just stuck there taking deadly injection, as well as all the left-click damage from Nye, Jolts, and Clarity combined. That's really a lot to handle. Ooh, and this is scary here. That Clarity Potion on the parry is a consistent option that Clarity goes to, and one that all losers should really look to against this Raigon here. Not only do you push him away, but you also get rid of his parry very early, so it becomes difficult for him to get the recast, and he gets that cooldown kind of removed immediately. Puts him in a dangerous spot. Clarity is being pressured a little bit, and we talked about this as a strategy for Functional Sociopaths. It can work out really well, and there they're trying to capitalize. Barrier, and he's just walking real slow out of it, and he bought enough time for Intolerant to make the kill on Vross.
Oh, Xanox is going to drop his ultimate. Now they are currently down a player by Clarity, who was low. They couldn't quite convert on the kill onto him and Randler.
No good
He's low
position
himself. Try and get it maybe on the Clarity if they can. Goo is going to get dropped, but down goes Xanox. So now it's Randler, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Good thought. Clarity Potion on the Tater Stun, charging up the Panic Flats afterwards, but too little too late.
Ripperino.
Ripperino.
3-2 for Intolerant. They were down originally. Functional Sociopaths had a small lead, but Intolerant working their way back in. Regardless, close game overall here. You can see Randler also was doing some work on that last round, but here we go, round number 6.
Oh, this is an interesting situation here. Raigon is going to be put into 2v1. There's barriers for days here. You know, it looks like it's going to be up to Functional Sociopath's backline to really make this work. Xanox is already down to half health, and the damage is spread out on the side of Team Intolerant. Now, overall, just in BattleRekt, burst damage can be very valuable because you push down true health. Let's see where this Crippling Goo goes.
Ooh.
Seemingly nowhere.
Rip the Goo. And now Joltsy was getting pressured a little bit. Nye actually coming around this backside here. Oh, getting pulled in.
They spent a
Jolts.
lot on that. If Jolts can get away, there's a barrier.
He had to space. He doesn't have much left now, but I think think he's safe for the time being. Just looking for Chaos Grip is going to pull in Varask.
There's the punish there on Varas, but he's going to be able to walk out of it. It wasn't quite centered on him, so it was the easier crippling goo to get out of it. There might be a counter attack coming soon here for Randler with the swift roll. Gets away from the shackle there, and that's going to be super important, helping Randler live a few more precious seconds. Gets the panic blast early on. Jolts is in trouble. Oh no, he has a second jump. The orb goes to Intolerant, and that's going to be important. Xanox is trying to make something happen, but he doesn't quite get the parry at the right time. Gets stunned up as well by the taser, and it's over.
Getting caught in a little bit there. Here's a couple hurt players on the side of Intolerant. But I think they're going to be able to get healed up, and they'll be doing just fine. And now the goo comes out on the side of Intolerant as well. Oh, Varaska's just stuck in the middle of it. He can't get out of there. He'll just spend his ultimate. He almost managed to get the kill on Denai, who's got 8 health at the moment, but it's not going to be enough to seal the deal on any sort of a kill. So Intolerant is going to go up yet another round here. Make it 4-2 with a map point in their hands.
Yeah, functional sociopaths, I think, had a lot of good ideas in that particular fight. Xanox just really getting bullied out, caught in the middle, and just getting dumped on. And his cooldowns just weren't quite lined up right. You need to make the right reads. You need to react in the appropriate way. And there's so many traps against this composition. Clarity Potion getting rid of your parry option. Shackle kind of really pushing. You see right there, he has no parry. He gets shackled up, and now his jump becomes a lot less valuable. And he's going to have to spend it here to try to get away from the taser stun. There's still another Clarity Potion on the way, but Clarity actually kind of whiffs it, so the parry is going to be pretty effective here. But Xanox finds himself in a situation where he's not positioned enough to be able to impact the fight.
And now you have Intolerant just sitting up in this top right corner for now. The engage is starting to happen. Oh,
Varask might be in trouble. He's going to have to use his jump here, and Clarity nearly has the ultimate. The jump comes out, and it might be a target, an opportunity for Clarity to drop. I think he's trying to be safe because he thinks he might need the swift roll soon.
Oh, they're going to come in. They do manage to get the orb, at least functional sociopaths, but now the goo comes out from Xanox. Oh,
no,
nice clarity
Randler.
potion as well. Randler's in some trouble. He drops his own goo using barrier, but he's not going to have anything left after this. Xanox ends up going down, and there goes Randler as well. So it is just Varask now.
Intolerant just a little bit quicker to the draw, and I think a lot of that can be attributed to their first center orb grab that was actually a steal right underneath functional sociopath's feet. They were about to get that first orb, but Intolerant were able to take it away. That gave Clarity a lot of safety. He could make that decision, do I want to use Crippling Goo or do I hold for Swift Roll? And just having those two options available to him, eventually it became the Crippling Goo, but he knew that he was at that energy level where he could make those decisions and his team could play around those decisions. So they dropped the Crippling Goo first, did the majority of the damage, put Functional Sociopaths on the defensive end, and were able to take that win.
Able to get the first map, so Intolerant continuing their reign of dominance. They still have one more map to get through to actually win the series, but they are certainly looking very good at the moment, taking map number 1 5-2. So just continuing their reign of terror, man. They're looking great. How did you feel? I mean, about functional sociopaths here in general. I mean, to me, it's just underwhelming.
It's interesting because, well, I think that most of their difficulties stem from trying to fit the Raigon in. Yeah. And I think Raigon is actually a really great choice. Obviously, we're playing at kind of the most competitive level, right?
Sure.
You'd be a fool not to think that Intolerant are some of the best players in the world, if not, the best collection of players in the world as it stands, right? And when you're playing at that level, they don't let you get away with anything, right? You need to be outplaying them consistently. That's kind of the burden of playing a melee champion, is like you outplay them and you get big benefits for doing so, right? We saw many situations, for example, with Daybach using Raigon, where they would have some duels, Godolph. Is that correct? Godolph versus Jolts.
Yeah.
And he would have some interactions where he would just shut Jolts down.
Sure.
That would bring the win to Daybach in that situation. If you're not able to stand up to that kind of pressure, then all of a sudden it becomes a very complex scenario, So there's a lot of this duality for melee characters where you're either succeeding very well and doing a lot for your team and building a lot of space, or you find trouble kind of even connecting at all because you're kind of caught in the middle, no cooldowns, kind of your mobility is being pushed out and you get punished for it. I feel like that was a lot of the situation for functional sociopaths that were leading to their ultimate demise. Now, of course, that's not all just on Xanox, right? It's a lot about his teammates kind of helping that situation come to fruition, right? You know, when are you going to push in as a team? When are you going to be willing to risk coming out of LOS, you know, out of kind of defensive spots to kind of help Xanox pressure? You know, how do you handle the 2v1s? How do you handle the 1v2s, right? All these questions need to be asked of your team, and collectively they need to find an answer, whereas Intolerant puts the burden on your team to do that.
Yeah.
And even says, you know what, we're not going to wait for your answer. We're just going to play aggressively and push you really hard. And if you're lost for an answer, then you're just going to be run over.
Yeah, well, we'll see if functional sociopaths can turn things back around here. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about Intolerant, at least for right now. They're just kind of on cruise control, doing what they do best. You know, making functional sociopaths figure things out for themselves, and they're having a difficult time doing that, at least at the moment. So we should be getting into map number 2 very, very shortly, folks. The winner of this match will move into the finals to play either the winner of Bruce Lee. It'll be the winner of Bruce Lee and Daybach the next match after this one. So, again, that would be a 4th week in a row for Intolerant, I believe. They make it in to the finals. That'll be a 4th week in a row that they actually make it into the finals. Maybe even more than that, to be honest. But they've won BattleRekt EU side at least 3 weeks in a row now, so they are feeling very, very good to get into it. So we'll be started up very shortly. You think they're going to change up that Rygon? Do you think it's just not they know that it's not fitting into, or they're trying too hard to play around it at this point? I mean,
it's really hard to say. I think at this point it comes down to what Xanox feels is going to benefit them the most. Because there's definitely a world where I think Rygon can work if you're playing carefully enough, and if you consistently get your options. But it'd be even worse if you force Xanox to play something that he's not as comfortable with. You're really looking for consistency, right? And like there is a certain burden of execution when you play Rygon. But is that going to be outweighed by picking a different character but being maybe a little less experienced with them? Now, I know Xanox plays a lot of characters, you know, and we've seen Xanox playing a variety of different melee characters as well as sometimes ranged.
Yeah.
But
got a pretty deep pool.
Yeah, he's got a pretty deep pool, but it's just tough against Intolerant because they're just so well put together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't know if changing anything up at this point is really going to help them. I think as a whole, Intolerant is just such a well-oiled machine that it's, you know, I just think they're a more well-oiled machine than functional sociopaths is. I don't know if just a simple change up in your melee champion or really anything compositionally is really going to make any, you know, effect on this match. I think just hands down Intolerant is the better team at the moment. It's going to be really tough for functional sociopaths to overcome that. We know they're a good squad. They have a lot of talented
It's interesting,
players.
too, because when you talk about functional sociopaths now, it's kind of one of the 3 broken fragments of the once Telrosk meme. You know, this one carries Varosk. Last time we got to see Mini. You know, and we see them show up in these different environments. The big thing about Telrosk meme that made them super strong was their coordination and their team play. By far, out of any other team in BattleRekt, Telrosk meme displayed that the most, right? There have been no teams that you would watch and you would immediately see just how important it was for them to coordinate and play around each other. But now when they're split apart, they're having to kind of fit into different team archetypes with different teammates and kind of see what happens. Varosk has been pushed off the Jade pick that he's kind of stuck to for the longest time.
That's right.
Probably the only player to be winning with Jade, despite the fact that everybody else seemed to just kind of know that Jade was okay, but not really like a tournament pick in the sense of like, oh, I'm going to keep, you know, we had, because the issue is in North America, you just have Onslaught, right? And Onslaught kind of is an anomaly in which they pick whatever they want. In Europe, you get a lot of fortress play as well as slow play, and this stems out of things like 2-1-3, 2-1-3, as well as Little Master.
Little Master? I haven't seen that name in a while.
Yeah. God,
Master.
I
Where
feel
you
like
at?
an old man.
Where
I
you
feel
at?
like an old man, but you know, they would play the Varesh Paloma Taya combo, and that would be really strong for them. And Europe would really believe in that, right? And here we have Telrosk me just being the Jade Croaks for life, right? Jade Croak
Yeah.
Lucy for
That
life,
was-
and maybe Jade Croak Pestilus, Jade Croak Paloma. They would try a few different things, but really the core of what they wanted to do was coordinate and play team play.
Yep.
They didn't really care about the overview of the meta as a whole, you know.
And that was something that Telross me. I mean, it was so fun to watch
Mm-hmm.
them do it because their coordination was just so incredible. That was really, that was the only thing that made their composition viable was just how good they were at landing the combos of the stun into the snipes and the.
Yeah.
But we really have no team filling at least that composition anymore. That's similar composition or role. There's really no team doing that at the moment, but.
And bring that back to the conversation at hand, right now we see Verosk in this new team environment where he's playing with Randler and Xanox, who are also parts of kind of the big kind of Randler, Xanox 2-on-3 was a big thing for a while, and they got very far to enter the arena. They ended up taking second place. But now with Verosk in the mix, they have to adapt to a different playstyle. Whereas 2-on-3, I think, is very much this slow pace, like just good dueling player. I think Verosk is very much this high damage oriented team player, right? Whereas 2-on-3 will help you help Verosk, right? So 2-on-3 wins by helping his teammates perform better. Whereas Verosk wins by having his teammates empower him, and then Verosk goes crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And so that was a lot of the heart of Telrosmi is Verosk kind of lining up snipes off setups that Mini and Telda would throw his way. Now he has to figure out, okay, do I need a more rounded playstyle, right? Do I need to figure something out that can help me around? And I think he's a great player, and I think he can do it. But these are the kinds of things that take time. You know?
Yeah, of course. I mean, moving in any new team, especially in a game like BattleRekt where there is just so much coordination and synergy, how important that is in this kind of a game. It definitely does take a little bit of time, but what also is taking a little bit of time is getting players into game. They will be, from what I hear, we're about to be starting relatively shortly. Don't worry. We will be getting started for any of the resident sleepers here.
I heard a stupid riddle on the internet.
What's that?
When I was 6, my sister was half my age.
Yeah.
Now I'm 70. How old is my sister?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Chat, you tell us. Chat, you tell us. Guy in our ear, he just spit something out. Oh. Guy in our ear, it's half our age. Yes. Yeah. Yes, she was 3. Yeah, she was 3. I was 6. Guy in our ear is saying 73. Yeah, I mean, I can't think about this.
How old is my sister? You said 73?
She's 67. Oh, yeah.
You're not even on the broadcast. Why are you solving the rule? I wanted to make Gex look dumb on.
No,
Okay.
I wanted chat
fine.
to figure that one out.
Yeah. No, they knew. Chat knew.
Yeah,
They
chat
just Googled
knew. Chat's the best. They're so smart.
67.
67.
The
I don't know why
tendency is
it
for
took
people to
me a
say-
while to like.
The tendency is for people to say 35.
Yeah. That's
They
like
have
that
a
was my
half
original
and a half.
thought, and then I was like, no, that can't obviously be right. Like that's just totally wrong. Math was never a strong suit for me, folks.
Hey, if you are in a race
Yeah.
and you overtake the guy who's second place in a race, what place are you?
If you overtake the guy who's second,
Mhm.
you're first. Wait, you overtake the guy that's in second? Yeah, you're first. What?
You're second place.
I hate you.
Oh man. We know why Gex doesn't compete.
I'm still sleeping.
Oh man.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Hey, we got the game now.
Hey,
Perfect
thanks,
timing.
guys. All right, I need admin guy to tell me which team was taking forever so I can blame them for making me look like a dumbass here.
Hey, it's not to worry. These questions are specifically designed to be incredibly like,
Misleading.
misleading. Like obviously, if you knew the context, you would figure out the answer. So you're not as stupid as you think you are. Pretty dumb, but not for the reasons that you think.
Yeah. Yeah, if I wasn't just so stupid. Just so dumb.
I'm sorry, Gex. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't blame you, Rennie. I blame these teams. Taking forever. I blame them. I'm justifying my stupidity. Hey, it's game number 2. Here we are, Intolerant Functional Sociopaths. Man, I'm sweating now. Holy crap.
Is that final
Woo!
carpet in BattleRekt?
Is it?
Is the Beard Man.
Oh, hey! They did change it up. It's, we got a little Baco action.
Somebody should make a picture of Baco, but instead of Baco's face, it should be Final Carpet's face.
Dude, that would be so good.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
It's the goo!
Run! Rattler! Oh,
Run!
nice. The war shout is really going to help. He mitigated a good amount of that, but had to spend that war shout, and now Xanox might be in trouble. Oh, God.
Chaos Grip.
Really good decision on Rattler to bury himself. He kind of saw that Chaos Grip coming. If it had hit anybody else and he had buried himself, then that would be Trouble Town. But Rattler, fantastic support, really good decision making, and was able to kind of buy himself out of that scenario.
Oh. Xanox. Oh, they're running. Goo comes out.
Oh,
nice
nice
clarity. Jolts
Look
is
at how much
right in
damage
there.
that one swing was. He just hit him once and just lost a whole chunk of his health. Let's see. Gets the orb with the ultimate.
Wow.
They're just shooting each other.
What just happened? Okay.
The mad cackling as they shoot each other in the face with
The
machine
mad cackling. Well, there's a lot of hurt on the side of Functional Sociopaths
get
at the
joked.
moment. I like how Xanox is just like charging in and spacing out.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You really need, I mean, when it goes bad, you need to run away, right?
Yep.
Oh my God, that. Okay, Intolerant still got it. Oh, wait. No. Yeah. God. That rocket from Nye was actually so fantastic.
Everybody on
Super
Functionals.
bombastic.
Bomb basket.
Bombastic.
Everybody on the side of Functional
Ooh,
Sociopaths.
he tried to
is-
incapacitate for the kill there. If Ross
Really?
got hit by that cannonball, I think he would have died.
Oh, they're going to lose another orb here. Intolerant in total control of the orb at the moment. Jolts looking for the Chaos Grip from downtown. Couldn't quite find it. Verosk, though, is incredibly hurt. And they're just, oh, yeah, there's the goo just to secure the kill, really. Easy peasy. Oh, Xanox is in pretty deep right now as well. He's the last one. He will end up going down. There is Intolerant. Up 1-0, continuing to cruise through this game.
There it is. One
God,
round
look at that
up.
view.
Beautiful view. So, do you still want to get married here? Is that
Yes. Yes, I'm talking to my non-existent wife about that right now. Or my fiance.
DMs are open.
Yeah, DM's open. If anybody's trying to get that one cooking, feel free.
Disgusting. Gross.
I think I have an email there as well if Twitter DMs don't suit your fancy.
All right. Here comes Xanox. He's bullying Jolts out. The weakness actually does get dispelled, but Clarity Push is no longer an option. The barrier is down. We'll see if there's any kind of big punish. Jolts has a lot of mobility here, and he's going to spend it to hop over to Verosco there. Ooh, and the Chaos Grip to pull him in. And again, this map is actually so great for Esmo, I feel like. Just because of the way the green orbs are designed and the walls are designed and just the size of it, Esmo can really easily jump in and jump out and constantly get healing, like so. There's a second jump and down. He's just safe. He spent both his mobility. Okay, well, this kind of sucks, but he's going to be able to walk out of it.
Yeah, Jolts gets out. Jolts is actually wrapping all the way back around. Oh, he was going for the orb. Functional Sociopath secured it, but...
The thing is, Esmo is pretty kind of self-sustaining in that position. He doesn't really need help from teammates to stay alive unless he chooses to let himself get butt bashed.
Butt bashed?
Oh my God.
Joltsy getting butt bashed confirmed. All right, well now it's 2 versus 3. Oh, and the ultimate.
Oh my God. Xanox really put a number on Intolerant in this game here. He just stood around kind of swiping left and right, just taking chunks of health off of Intolerant.
Well, there was some goo, but...
There was certainly, I feel like, some flawed aggression in that moment. Kind of Jolts dropping his Esmo ultimate in the center, pushing aggressively. He did get a bunch of mobility cooldowns, which I think was a goal, but his teammates were too far away to immediately punish, and the fact that they had to push forward, and Jolts was already in that forward position, I think made it really tough, because then Xanox in the back line, kind of behind Jolts, and could just sit there and put out a whole ton of damage while his teammates were trying to catch up and be aggressive. Didn't really give Jolts the support that he needed to survive, and Xanox did enough to kind of get the killing blow.
Look at these flying carpets.
That's where
we found Carpet is. There he is. Carpet has been found. All right.
I believe you have to follow the social medias for BattleRekt to get that carpet.
Yep. Is that the thing? I need to do that. Need to make sure I get one of those.
Oh, Varas is getting oiled up. He's getting ready to be cooked. But he gets out of the situation. He might get tasered here. No clarity potion into the Chaos Grip, and this might be trouble. The book is down. He's gonna. Oh, nice. Oh, Xanox is. That was beautiful from Xanox.
Xanox in deep right now, got the barrier, but he might be in some trouble here if they don't come to the rescue. Goo gets dropped, but nobody caught inside of it. He continues to keep this pressure up onto Clearney, pressing forward.
Lots of defensive options gotten rid of for Xanox. There might be a lot of damage coming here, and they're trying to go for it, but he jumps away and gets away. You know, that barrier can go both good for you and poorly. The jump kind of put Xanox in a very safe situation, and even though they chew through a lot of the defensive cooldowns, Xanox gets away. And now, oh, Clarity with the 360-degree Panic Flask. Sick.
Sick. Nice Panic Flask. All right, here comes, well, Xanox was about to go in, but decided to space himself out.
I like that choice for Randler to use a Crippling Goo. Caused them to have no opportunity to fight back and grab the orb, and kind of forced out a few cooldowns and slowed down the tempo of the game. Reset, kind of make sure your energy is good to go. They just need to respect Clearney here and his energy bar. I don't know if that's on their mind, but we'll see. They're quickly building up.
Oh! Man, that's a heavy one. Coming from Xanox. Nye in some trouble.
Oh,
now the Goo gets dropped as well.
Varas!
Oh, Varas!
Let's see if Xanox can convert here. Now's the time.
I gotta get one.
None other than now. Oh my god.
No, but he still had his space up.
Oh, the axe.
Oh, they're all so hurt right now. Pressing in deep is Xanox.
Oh, big Panic Flies. Here it comes.
They gotta get
No,
one.
you missed.
No.
You missed. Xanox, if he could have read the roll on Clearney's, read the direction on Clearney's Swift roll, it could have been huge there. Will take down Esmo, and this is still very possible. Rattler! Oh my god! Here it comes. A two-person mishmash. Let's see if Clearney can do something with this stick of butter here, but Lucy is pretty trash at 2v1.
Yeah.
Oh god, the Clarity. He's done.
Nice effort. Solid effort, but Functional Sociopaths getting the round 2-1. Guy in our ears giving a little golf clap in the background for that brilliant round.
He approves.
Yeah, he approves. That was some
It's
spice.
beautiful from Xanox there, and we see this a lot, especially with, I mean, in North America, Finlev's Bako works in very much the same way, as well as last week we saw Rutha on Bako doing very well for himself, and the amount of times he went off was off the times that he could really do a lot for his team, incapacitating as well as landing ultimates. These are the two big things that give you indication that Bako is doing work. Multiple times in that fight, Xanox would peel for his teammates either by landing CC or standing in front with good jumps and forcing cooldowns out, and then landing ultimates to kind of put down a lot of pressure.
Well, here, Xanox.
Let's see if they can punish here. The panic into the taser stun. Bear's going to be put on. They tried to go for a target swap, and just the barrier placement for Intolerant is absolutely on point. It's so tricky, and people who are playing at kind of a lower level will understand how tricky it is to put the barrier on the right target, but Intolerant is getting it right all the time! Xanox! Oh my god, ping pong between two balls of goo!
Jeez, Xanox got destroyed on that round. Now it's a 2 versus 3, and I think the rest of the Functional Sociopath squad should be getting kind of melted up here shortly, but and he was just getting ping-pong back and forth. Xanox was between Chaos Grips and Clarity Potions and all sorts of other good stuff.
Yeah.
He got poopy-dooped.
I think Functional Sociopaths needed to utilize the architecture of the map a little bit better in that scenario. Bako does end up having gaps in his defense in particular scenarios, especially when you're against ranged characters, because after he uses Bulwark, it's literally just him jumping around and moving around, right? And if you jump or dash in a certain direction, you're still probably in range of something like Esmo, of something like Iva, and that's kind of tricky because especially Jolts is much more willing to be aggressive in this kind of scenario, and you know Intolerant's going to have his back. That's kind of what they do.
Well, it is now tied up at 2-2, folks. And Xanox looking to engage right now, immediately getting onto Nye, but rooted up of all sorts. They double stack that zap and barrier, and Nye's able to space away before Xanox really got onto him much.
Oh, Nye might be in trouble. They need to put barriers on him. There's one. He gets stunned up. The Clarity comes down and misses the Arcane Barrier by just a little bit. That could have been so important if Randler's Clarity Potion had come just a little bit later. He made the read, but I think he was a little quicker than his opponents. Oh, here comes more aggression here, piling onto Clarity, and there's not a lot of cooldowns left. Clarity gets rooted up. This could be really bad. Clarity's in a lot of trouble. Get out of there. The Arcade Bear comes out with the stun. He's got a crippling goo. You're gonna goo.
He's gonna goo right there? What do you mean? Oh, down goes Xanox. Down goes Clarity. So we're in a 2v2. Jolts getting another good chaos grip.
Oh,
And,
man.
That's that's a thick ult from Jolts as well. Gonna land a lot of damage.
Thick with 3
2
Cs.
C's, 3 C's.
We got 3 of them.
Getting a little wild. 3
Jolts
C's.
thick. That should be his next emote. Jolts,
Oh,
Jolts,
Jolts
thick.
thick. Please. Ain't gonna happen.
Oh,
All right.
man. That was functional sociopaths turning it on. They said, you know what, Xanox, get in there.
Get in there.
Get
boy.
in there. And that's what he did. He jumped on top of Nye, forced that cooldown. And the thing is, Nye made actually a very good decision to jump on the edge of that wall. And so he threatened running behind that wall. And that kind of forces you to reconsider, okay, well, if we push for him, then my backline can't help. You know, if Xanox is sitting there, I want to keep pressuring. If I do that, my backline can't really help as well. They're going to have to spend cooldowns to try to get over that wall, and we could die. But then Nye actually came in front of the wall, and then Xanox was like, I'm more than happy to jump on you if that's the case, and that forced out a lot of cooldowns on Intolerant's side. Really big punish there.
3-2 functional sociopaths looking to make that lead even bigger. Jolts is kind
Oh my god!
double in cap.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure lost on the side of Intolerant, and Xanox is just doing work. He's turning it on, man.
Wow.
He pushed the button, and now he's on the gear.
Yeah, he is sitting in 6th right now, cruising down the highway. Oh, into the ultimate.
Oh.
See you later. Xanox getting the final blow on Tanai. He really has kicked it up a notch in this
Pick
round.
up them coins.
Oh, man.
He's got Mario.
Woo!
Straight diggity dunked.
Diggity donked. Clarity is...
Just a brutal rat-a-tat. Jesus.
Dude.
There's something wrong with Iva.
It's a mad overkill there. It did not care at all. No regard. Just rat-a-tat-a-tat right into his face. Now we're at a 4-2 game. You know, they're making me eat my words right now. Functional
It's
sociopaths.
great. I love it.
I know. This is great. They're making me eat my words.
Xanox is getting me hype.
Yeah, that one
Oh,
pick.
what?
Alrighty. Well.
Oh, man. That was... I'm sure Bako can't be feeling too great right now.
No.
Queasy stomach, maybe.
But he's all right.
Oh, good taser. The Barret comes on, is going to mitigate a lot of damage, and now they're kind of return fire. Ross needs to be a little bit careful of taking too much damage here. A lot of defensive cooldown spent. Jolts is going to spend the jump here, incapacitate onto the healer, and Jolts might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have Arcane Barrier up very soon. And gets around. Oh, man. Xanox just got played.
Yeah, he did. Holy crap.
Well, situation reset. Jolt's not quite punished, and Intolerant actually gets out pretty well for their situation. Xanox again with the double incapacitate, and this is going to set up a lot of pressure. No, but Varos needs to be careful again. Gets Clarity back in. He's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Another jump from Xanox to try to dispel that situation, and we see Intolerant hiding once again. They're just doing hit-and-run guerrilla tactics here.
Not too bad from them, but functional sociopaths able to.
Oh, nice.
That'll work.
Jolts is going to jump behind.
Gets out though with that second space.
Where's the next space going to come? He's not going to use it. Arcade Barrier, that's the last cooldown. He might be in a lot of trouble. Zap is to help him out here, but Varos is definitely going to lose this duel. The book is shooting you in the butt.
Book.
Be careful. Oh, no, Jolts
man.
might have just soloed him out. Barely gets away.
Barely. He's
Ultimate
lucky.
coming.
Oh!
Zap is applied here, and we'll see
Nice.
if he jumps aggressively. We'll see what Bako chooses to do. Getting the orb at this time is really important. Xanox has a little bit of meter here. The
Jolts.
good bulwark. The
Nice
huge
goo.
bulwark. Jolts is in trouble.
Oh,
He's
that
going to
was so
get
good.
Mario stopped.
Man, that bulwark into the goo, really, really well done by functional sociopaths, and I think that is going to be them sending it to a third map.
Man,
Woo!
multiple double incapacitates and ultimates, and the pressure from Bako is insane. Varos playing incredibly risky, almost gets punished for it, but you know, in many ways, if they can't close out the kill, you're actually forcing resources on the side of Intolerant to be spent on Varos, and you didn't even gain kind of the benefit of having them taking a man down, right? And so Varos got to kite away, got to grab the objective. Jolt spent mobility to try to make that kill happen. He couldn't chase, and so all the green orbs, the center rune, everything was available for functional sociopaths to take, and Jolt couldn't do anything about it. Meanwhile, Xanox was standing up like a boss, doing 2v1s, kind of putting a ton of pressure down, and also punishing both Jolts and Nye for kind of spending the cooldowns that they did. Just fantastic play on Functional Sociopath side, and they're turning it on.
Yeah, they turn it up just a whole nother notch there. Make me eat my words. They are really looking good at the moment. You know, not only Xanox going off, doing his thing, playing incredibly well, but he had such good support from Randler as well to be able to shield him when he really needed it. You know, even get the zap when he needed it as well. So he had the support that he needed to just get in there and do what he needed to do, but he was also just 2v1ing people and having pretty good success with it. So that is going to be Functional Sociopaths bringing it back, getting themselves a map on the board, and now we're all tied up at 1-1 going into a map number 3 coming up here. So we got a game on our hands here, Arthur. I thought it was, especially after map number 1, I thought it was just going to be Intolerant, rolling right through, but Functional Sociopaths really bringing themselves back, switching off of that Rygon to the Bako, going into map number 2, and worked out quite well for them, really showing their synergy and skills. So
Hey,
I'm
Gex,
excited to see.
I got a question.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you can obviously hear.
Oh, you were
some
worried I couldn't
craziness
hear you?
going on. Yeah, there's
Oh,
some
yeah.
crazy,
Yeah, there is some
craziness going on up
craziness
here. But
Yeah.
I blame Guy in our ear.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever anything goes wrong, just blame Guy in our ear.
I
That's
definitely blame Guy in our ear.
Easy answer.
Sometimes, you know, I just, and this happens quite often to me, where all of a sudden I'm just lost in my own thoughts and I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
That's happening now, but I'm pretty sure that's not me.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh, are
see.
you talking about the music?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, sometimes I just get so caught up in the music that I don't listen to you.
You don't listen
I
to
just,
me? You know,
sometimes
not
like
many
right
people
now, I'm
actually
just
listen to me.
jamming.
Yeah. You're just jamming? Gex is an idiot. I hate him.
Oh, yeah.
I hate sitting on a desk with him. I wish Fanable Carpet would
Oh,
come
yeah,
back.
Guy in our ear. Turn that up. Come on, tell me this isn't the best music in esports.
I think somebody was asking for the actual song titles and stuff.
Yeah.
Do we have that somewhere?
I think we have it somewhere, maybe.
We should link the song in chat.
Yeah. We'll work on that for you guys.
Yeah. Oh,
This should
getting
be.
out of camera shot.
This is like the best. It's my favorite music.
Mhm.
You like this music, Arthur?
I think it's okay.
Yeah. You're
think
not
it's
a
alright.
heavy rock kind of guy.
I'm much more of the. I was a music student in school. I actually like myself some classical music.
Ah.
I
He's a reserved man.
Mhm.
Very.
If it's not that, then I like myself some kind of ambient music.
I see.
Very calming.
It's a little more hardcore than you're looking for. A
Yeah.
lot of the
It's
time.
a little
man.
too intense. I don't know if the screaming on broadcast gives a different impression of me, but I'm actually a very tame human being.
He is.
And
He
by
is.
tame,
Carpet
I mean
Knight.
just lonely.
Well, that got depressing really quick, Arthur. No, we see. He's the reserved one, and then Carpet and I are basically the same person, and we yell and grunt at each other in the office.
Make
on a
disgusting
daily
noises.
basis. Yep, it's just a part of it. Ask anybody here. Guy in our ear knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. We all just, me and Carpet are just disgusting people.
Yeah, gross. You
Oh,
should. You
I'm dying
don't want to
with
be
it.
in this studio. It starts smelling weird,
Oh,
especially sitting next to them.
yeah. Yeah, you know, like up here on desk, I feel bad for him sometimes.
Glad you don't experience smell through broadcast.
Yeah.
Just
And we can make that can we make that a thing? The future.
we'll just
One
have to get the addresses of every single one of our viewers and send them like a realism kit.
Yeah. The BattleRekt realism kit. Get yours today.
It contains water,
Oh.
contains nondescript energy drinks.
Nondescript energy drink, keep in mind.
Mhm.
Nondescript.
Nondescript.
Yep.
Things that could quite possibly give you devices that could make you perhaps take flight.
Yep. Yes. Could take flight.
Mhm.
As some would think. If that doesn't give it away, something's wrong.
Disgusting.
Trying to
really.
think what else. I don't. You get all sorts of like bodily function smell. It's not good. You don't want to be around Carpet and I.
Yeah, the BattleRekt realism kit is that experience that you get one time.
It's for the hardcore viewer.
And then you never do it again.
Yeah.
You just say that I did it, and you hang your head in shame a little bit.
Yeah. You don't. It's not a regular. Oh hey. Oh, it's well, not the same map. Night version. Dragon Garden Knight.
Dragon Garden Knight.
Here we go. Map number 3, man. Functional Sociopaths cruising right now. They are feeling good. They just won that last map pretty convincingly. I think it was, what, 5-2? Functional Sociopaths won that last one. So, I mean, they're feeling good right now. They're keeping the same composition. We'll see if Xanox can go off again, do his thing, get that sweet, sweet support from his teammates, and just let him do his thing. So, here we go. Winner of this game will move into the finals, keep in mind, folks. So a very, very important map number 3 to come. But Arcane Barrier being used. Jolt's frontlining at the moment. Nice bulwark to get the panic onto Clearney, and he's out of the fight for a little bit. Now just rejoining the rest of his squad in the fight. But for now, Xanox just frontlining. They got total control.
That's a tough spot. The ultimate drops down, the silence in, but barely jumps away. The timing on the silence was just a little bit off. Could have been really bad there. And Jolts is now in a lot of trouble again. Shield, I think the Arcane Barrier is behind that as well, so that's going to be a lot of pressure.
Oh, going for the ult! I think he was able to land it so low as Clearney in the back there. Nye and Jolts both go down, and it is just Clearney.
Double kill. Woo! Oh, there it is. Xanox.
Sociopaths. Just wrecking right now.
Easy.
Easy.
The pressure that Xanox was put on, especially with a weaken, he was constantly applying that pressure on the Jolts. And the problem is, when that weaken comes up, you kind of want to use your Clarity Potion to dispel it, but then you don't have the Clarity Potion to play aggressive, also to kind of stop any kind of buffing up and any barriers that get put onto kind of Xanox if he's in the front line. You lose a lot of potential there. I think that's a very key point. That means that Joltsy was put into uncomfortable situations in that 1v1 situation against Xanox, and there it is. And he spends a Clarity Potion on the weaken. You kind of really have to do that just because weaken reduces your effectiveness by so much.
Oh, now Xanox in there. Gotta watch Chaos Grip actually hits Vrask all the way in the back. But yet again, you see Functional Sociopaths here just kind of controlling the center, keeping Intolerant back into this choke point area. Goo dropped on both sides though. Randler's in some trouble, uses his barrier. He got Zap as well, but took a lot of damage in the process. But now Jolts is behind them, and they need to be aware of that and careful. But they kind of got a little triangle setup going with all the Functional Sociopath members in the middle. Joltsy dropping his ultimate, but unable to get anybody caught inside of it. And Functional Sociopaths are just going to rotate back in and...
Yeah, good decision there.
Orb secure. But, getting rooted up is Xanox going into the war shelter.
For this second jump here. Crippling Goo off the punch, but the Zap made him run so fast. Actually, a really smart choice. The preemptive Zap to try to make the aiming on that Crippling Goo real sketchy there. And it pays off. Jolts gets away. Machine gun on Nye. He's going to have to walk side to side here. Arcane Barrier gets stacked up with 6 charges, and Nye might be in a little bit of trouble here. Zap is going to dispel the weaken.
Oh, man. Jumping right back in. Xanox.
He was going for the ultimate. He goes for it again.
Oh, and he swings and misses.
There it is. It really pushes Clearney away and left Nye in a 1v3 situation.
Oh, now Xanox, he's quite low, but Clearney's kind of caught off in no man's land right now. Really needs to be careful using barrier. Gets Arcane Barrier as well, but there's just not enough sustain to deal with 3 players shooting at him like that. So Jolt's 1v3, he'll end up going down. And Functional Sociopaths, total cruise control right now. They've gotten 2 rounds in a row in this map. Plus, they were cruising from last map as well. In total control of this game, they've got the momentum.
That change-up for Bako is really helping within the context of kind of Functional Sociopaths and how they play. I think Xanox is doing such a good job of getting in their faces, using his cooldowns at the right time, and the constant spam of weaken just over and over and over again, keeping that Clarity Potion on cooldown, forcing out things like Zap when they don't want to, is actually so important. The fact that Xanox is tagging them almost back-to-back with it is actually really important here. And Xanox's mechanics right now are just real good.
Yeah,
there's little time that he gets no value out of his cooldowns, and oftentimes he gets insane value off of them.
He's playing this Bako very, very well. Right
there
now
it
you
is.
Can see him
and the double link cap, man.
Double link cap. It's so good.
Clearly's losing a lot of just actual health here.
trying to go back in. Nice
Oh
up
no,
top.
he's gonna want to jump, but the crippling goo is already down. But they're punishing Jolts already, and Nye's getting punished. Who do you heal? They could really corner out Jolts here. He's gonna use his second jump, and they see it. I don't know if they know if it's both used. Oh, incompatible there. Oh, this is real tough. This is real tough. Actually, Faraz chose to jump away, and I think that was a slight mistake. He walks back in, but gets Chaos Crypt out of the. That's the anti-synergy right now. Intolerant is in a lot of trouble. Another huge incapacitate. The crippling goo to take down Jolts, and Functional Sociopath is just walking all over Intolerant.
They are playing so well right now. Intolerant having quite a bit of trouble. As you said, you saw a little bit of anti-synergy there. There's a guy that was right in the middle of the goo, and then Jolts pulled him out with a Chaos Grip. Of course, there's much bigger issues for Intolerant at the moment, but Functional Sociopaths 2 rounds away from getting themselves into the finals. It is just, what a turnaround coming out from them.
They need to figure out how to avoid kind of getting in this situation where Xanox is just bouncing back and forth between Nye and Jolts, kind of making their... Oh, Jolts is actually coming around for the flank. He's going to use both his mobility options to kind of get back to his team, but now he finds himself in another awkward spot. Barrier comes down, as well as Arcane Barrier, so that's stacking of cooldowns. We'll see. The Tasers tags onto Nye. They need some CC onto Clearny, I think, to make this really work out, and they get it. This might be big here. Gonna take the orb. Nye spends mobility here. The ultimate crippling goo is already there because they got the early orb. Arcane Barrier's down, and Jolts is going to have to walk away. Here's a big connection. Oh, man. The taser
shields
at the wrong time there. They could have really done a lot of damage onto Nye in that moment.
Now, panicked away. Nye's up top. If they just turn on him, Barrier was used. He did have his space, so he was able to get out of there. But now the goo comes in from the side of Intolerant.
They still lose the orb.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It was like 1 health away off the initial damage from the goo. It's Functional Sociopath, get it. So
nice
coming in, nice in cap. Yep, now he's just going to get on to 9. Gets panicked away, then Clarity. Now Clarity getting panicked away.
They need to look for some big impact. We have Randler waiting on it. This could be the punish here. They get another orb. We'll see who Randler chooses to throw. It's going to be Nye, and he doesn't have any options left. The ultimate on top of it.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
It's just total domination from Functional Sociopaths right now.
And they actually played defensively quite a bit better than in the previous rounds, but still there's so much pressure coming out of Functional Sociopaths that is putting Intolerant in an awkward spot, and that orb control is giving so much meter over to Functional Sociopaths. They almost constantly have ultimates threatening again and again and again.
Yep.
The fact that Clarity threw the crippling goo on the orb and they still lost that. So crippling goo, I don't know if this has been changed yet, but only the initial damage of the crippling goo drop affects the rune. The actual ticks from the goo itself don't hurt the orb, and it was left with a sliver, and Randler was able to grab it with a left click.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Intolerant. They really need to kick it in high gear right now, or they are out of the tournament.
Xanox might be in a little bit of an awkward spot. He's going to use his shout to give a barrier over to his teammates there. The orb still goes to Functional Sociopaths, and here comes a cooldown cycling again for Xanox. Continuing to put pressure onto Nye. Nye is going to have to jump away, but there's an ultimate ready to go. There's a crippling goo. Oh, he pushes him out. Anti-synergy, but I don't know if that really matters. Xanox might be in a really dangerous spot as Jolts jumps back.
Yeah, I mean, anti-synergy, but he's still got so much damage off of the ultimate regardless.
They're just going in.
They're getting just pounded in this corner right now. Oh, but actually, no, Veroska ends up going down, but Clearny might be there to follow.
Here comes the jump.
He gets away with
Here
the
comes the
swift roll.
jump. Oh, no. And he has another ultimate. Is he going to jump into the ultimate? We'll see if that happens. There's a jump. Oh, he lets him get hit. The ultimate. All the barriers come down. There's no more defensive cooldowns after this second jump here. They're not in a position to punish.
That was good panic on his Xanox too.
This 2v1 is almost exactly even, except for the fact that Randler, as a melee, has less health than Jolts. Could be the nail in the coffin. We'll see. He's getting cutted out by the fading stare. Oh my god, the book is down. You need to run.
Get out of there.
That's fine. He's fine. Randler is patient. Doesn't spend the swift roll at all. All focus on Bako here. Now spends a swift roll on the ultimate. Good patience. Getting the greens. Bulwark and barrier, that's crucial. Xanox needs to think about running really soon, like now!
Oh, war shout just in time, though, to keep himself alive.
Oh my god, the
He
bulwark!
bulwarks again, and there's no shield there for him. Now it's just going to be a 1v2. This should be an Intolerant round.
Yeah, too aggressive, too much. One or the other, not both.
Yeah.
We say this a lot of times about BattleRekt. One or the other, not both. You saw the crippling goo go down. It put already Nye in a bad situation. There was no need to ult on top of it, unless you could have jammed him into the wall. That would have been a sure kill. But the aiming was not quite right, and Xanox, with the anti-synergy, kind of shot themselves in the foot, and Varas ended up being the first one to pay for it, ironically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it puts Intolerant, they get around, but the thing is they need to be perfect through the next 4 rounds if they want to win. Functional Sociopath just needs to get the better of Intolerant one more round and they move on. So it is go time for both teams as Xanox putting that pressure on Clearny up top.
Mobility here spent by Varas, but no big punish for it as of right now. They get the orb again! Functional Sociopaths just get the orb all the time.
Which is crazy. It's something we saw out of
Ultimate on deck. Oh, the double stun. Clardy's chunk low. Nye is real low. The instant he uses mobility, I guarantee you Randler's going to throw that goo on top of his face. We'll see if they can bait it out. It's locked and loaded, ready to go. The stun happens. Pressure onto Nye. Here comes a bulwark. There's a jump. Here comes a goo. We'll see if he gets the orb first. They didn't do it.
Intolerant get it that time. Oh,
There's
now
the
the
counter
comes
goo.
out.
And now they know they're trying to punish the Lucy for spending, but the aiming wasn't quite right on Randler's side. Clardy was able to sidestep, but I think that still might be enough.
Run!
The deadly eject!
Oh, what a Chaos Grip
He
to keep him
dispels
alive,
it.
too! Oh, that Chaos Grip kept him at bay just
Oh
long enough,
my
and down goes
God.
Varask. So now
Oh.
2v3 ultimate from downtown from Xanox. That's going to do quite a
Petrifying
bit
bolt.
of damage. Oh, Clearny in the back there is so hurt. Xanox just frontlining. Able to get away with the swift roll is Clearny. Oh, now he's got to be careful. He's got no more support. Rambler's not there. War Shout just in time, but he needed a barrier.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is what happens when you get a little bit over-eager, and I think Functional Sociopaths is getting a little bit antsy here. They get so close, man. They get so close, but they have some kind of situation where they've eaten some Italian food, maybe spaghetti, something cooked by their parental figure, maybe the mother, and it's now all over the floor.
Spaghetti. It's my favorite. Do you like spaghetti? Arthur?
Is that the French word for spaghetti?
I don't know. I just
Spaghetti? It's like a baguette, but spaghetti?
spaghetti with my baguette.
Oh my God. Stop. This is the EU broadcast.
4-2.
Have a little bit of respect.
Everybody hates me. Nothing new. All right, here we go. Intolerant, they've got 2 rounds in a row.
Xanox, what are you doing? He's just walking into the wall. Get out of there, man.
I have the sudden urge to yell.
Schultz
a
is
lot.
forcing you to read books. You don't want to read books. You want to play BattleRekt.
Yeah.
Oh, huge jump on top of the goo. Barrier is eliminated. Nye is weakened up. He's got the zap. Oh no, there's less than a centimeter, less than a millimeter of health, and it's down. Nye goes down, and Functional Sociopaths will be able to make the connection. No, the cross kill happens onto Varas. He jumps right into the goo, but I think it's not going to matter. We'll see. Xanox is getting kind of low. I'm real suspicious right now. Center map control goes over to Functional Sociopaths. That's going to give them the orb. That's really important. And the green orbs go to Xanox. And I think they have this in the bag. They've kind of stabilized. Randler is very healthy. Xanox has been able to heal up a significant amount. We'll see. The last time they were in this situation, it was really a dumpster. A dumpster fire for Functional Sociopaths as Jolt's kind of really played. Oh my God. What's happening?
I don't know. What's going on? Oh, the
Jolt's.
goo!
Oh my God, he gets bashed into. Okay, the clarity
Jolt's.
potion actually helps him out a little bit. there.
Jolts, run!
Jolt's could get all the green orbs here.
Oh
He's gonna
man,
get
this
some
is
of them.
so tight. Use that arcane barrier.
Oh, the dispel on both the barriers could be big, but no more mobility to punish. They need to figure out a way to get that
They
center
need
orb
this orb.
control. Goes for
Oh, in top, the petrify!
Clarity! No, you can't the bulwark! He dispels it with clarity! They gotta get it again! God!
Oh, oh man.
Oh, watch out. Watch
Trying
out. Here
not to
comes the
yell.
boulder, and the boulder's name is Xanox. He's looking for it.
The boulder's name is Xanox. Watch out. Oh man.
He's looking for the ultimate here.
My body hurts.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Jumps
the goo
for
comes
it.
out. Oh,
Ultimate.
couldn't get that chaos grip.
Oh, he gets a barrier, but so much damage onto clarity. There it is, the axe to finish him off.
Oh, he's gonna have to have like.
He's trying to go for the orb.
Ult of.
He gets it.
time. Oh,
Uses
nice.
the chaos grip. Jolts, make this happen.
I
Oh
think
my
he's out of
God, he needs to
options.
do it. He's panicked up. That's real bad. The
Yeah.
axe is coming. There it is.
Man, that axe. Wheel him and deal him.
Xanox Baco. Those are the 2 words you need to know right now.
Xanox
Bako.
Bako.
Look at him. So glorious.
His
in front of-
eyes are breathing fire.
Oh my God. That was astounding.
That was actually some incredible play. Also, huge shout-outs to Vrask and Randler for being able to support Xanox as he goes in and just wreaks havoc on the other team. I mean, look at his damage, 705. Not even top. Jolt's was top, average damage there. But, I mean, Xanox, at least for his team, top damaging, doing work, had great support from Vrask and Randler.
Oftentimes in BattleRekt, overall damage, like just kind of getting a lot of damage, is less valuable than getting damage at the right time.
That's right.
Just because of the way the health bars work, getting a lot of damage is actually valuable, but sometimes you really have to consider at what situation the damage happened, right? If it happened in a burst, that could, I mean, you only need at the most, 250 damage to kill somebody, right?
Yep.
And so if you're very coordinated and that 250 damage is super efficient, you take somebody down from 100 to 0, that's great. Jolts could have done a lot of damage, but the coordination was on the side of functional sociopaths, and that showed, right? Constantly getting CC, landing stuns, getting incapacitates, and then coordinating and focusing down their target really, really helped them. And kind of just the overall game plan for functional sociopaths in those next 2 maps really kind of came to fruition off the back of initiation from Xanox's side, and then Vrask kind of continuing to put out pressure, using Taser in the neutral game, as well as kind of decisions for Zap and Barrier. All of these things are very important. Obviously really helped that Weaken started being applied across the board onto Intolerant, forcing Clarity Potion to be used. That's both an aggressive benefit and a defensive benefit for you. Clarity Potion is a strong ability.
It is. It is so good. And what a turnaround from Functional Sociopaths to get themselves back into that game. They go down 1 map and then 2 maps in a row for themselves was a job well done. They've moved into the finals. Let's check out the bracket and see how things are shaping up. Functional Sociopaths, as you see, they've moved on. They're waiting to see the winner between Daybach and Bruce Lee. That's our next matchup to come here on BattleRekt, the EU broadcast. So winner of that game will go on to play Functional Sociopaths in the finals. And of course, Daybach, we can kind of, I guess, start getting into our next matchup here. Daybach has been a team, it's literally for the past few weeks, it's just been the Daybach and Intolerant show, as we were talking about before. It's been those two really in the upper echelon of the EU side of things, consistently in the finals. Now Intolerant's not in there. It's going to be Functional Sociopaths. Daybach going up against Bruce Lee. I mean, do you think Daybach's just going to continue on their trend? Is it another finals for them, or is Bruce Lee going to come out with some fire here today? Because we haven't seen Bruce Lee in a little while.
So the big thing about Daybach is that there is this degree of consistency that comes as playing a double support composition, right? It's actually very easy because in many ways it's a composition that's a lot about control, right? It's about kind of making sure you play out the very, very long game and just like almost mitigating any kind of aggressive opportunities your opponent tries to put on you and kind of just playing out safely, right? A lot of it is about outlasting your opponent. Hey, I'm going to do damage to you. You're going to do damage to me. We're going to heal up more of that damage and have the capacity to heal up more of that damage. So every time we trade, you're losing out just a little tiny bit because you're not able to heal up as much as we are.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that there is this degree of consistency for Daybach right now in the way that the champions work. The question is, can Bruce Lee muster up the coordination required? Damage at the right time is very important here. Can they muster up the coordination required to do that? If they can't, Daybach is almost certainly going to push forward. And so far, really only Intolerant has shown that they have the strategy and the coordination to be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If anybody is unfamiliar with Daybach, really one of the only teams right now that is playing a double support composition. That's kind of their thing right now. Their bread and butter is the double support comp. Lucy Oldor typically, I think, is what we see from them a lot. So really, I think the only team that I've seen doing that, at least in the BattleRekt broadcasts, that are doing this double support composition, teams have had a lot of trouble dealing with it. As Arthur or Rainey was saying, the only team that has been able to deal with it is Intolerant. So we'll see if Bruce Lee have what it takes to go up against that double support comp, chunk that max health down, because they do have so much healing output and sustain. It is tough to do that. So it's gonna take a lot of coordination, as Rainey was saying. So we are getting into game number 1 here very shortly. I think right now, actually. So, boom, there it is. Here we go. But as we take a look at the comps, it's actually not going to be the double support changing things up a little bit here. Daybok's going to be with the Uldor Kababi on the Taya, and then Godolph on the Raigon. And then on the side of Bruce Lee, you have the Sirius, Shifu, and the Iva. So, interesting setup here on the side of Daybok. Yet again, we see Raigon out here, but right away, Godolph frontlining, getting all over Condemned right now. It's a battle of the melees. And
Condemned already losing a lot of health, but now I think the tides will turn. He gets the parry there. Condemned spends the immaterial. We'll see. Godolph might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to jump away. Let's see if they can chase him down. And they do. They land a spear. That's it.
Oh, already Bruce Lee. Player advantage, though. Sanu and Kababi both have a pretty good amount of health. No matter of can they keep it up is the question. Sanu using his ultimate to save Kababi, making sure that he stays nice and healthy. If they can convert on one of these kills, they actually have a little bit of a health advantage right now. Daybok, they take down Tukes, so this is very doable for Daybok right now.
Hansel was spending his time trying to feed Sanu some of that healthy snacks, or Kababi, giving him the bananas, but instead he should have been feeding Tukes some heals.
Oh man, Sanu.
Oh,
really
God.
Smart. Oh, going into the ultimate, the Whirling Blade does some good damage. He's actually going to have to use his ultimate on himself. Gets the
That's
stun.
some damage. That's some damage.
Follow up there. Goes immaterial, but can they secure the
time
kill?
bender. Oh, my God. Be careful. Oh, he runs out of it.
Ooh.
You're too slow.
Ha ha. Too slow. Daybok.
How does that happen?
The turnaround. God, look at that skin. But Daybok, they grabbed the first round. They went down a player early. They lost Godolph. That's fine. Easy peasy. Get right back in it. Sanu and Kababi were able to keep their health up pretty well throughout the course of the round. So when it came down to it, they were sitting pretty in the health department, able to come back in the 2v3.
Sirius Shifu is not a popular composition in the European scene. And having Condemned and Hansel be heading that up, I don't think there's a better two players to do that. Sanu's being put under a lot of pressure. Run!
Run!
Or not Sanu's, Kababi is.
Yeah, Kababi. Oh, they're going to go back, get that orb, Daybok. Something that they're known for doing pretty well is orb control. But Condemned at the moment, actually incredibly hurt. Went immaterial just a bit too late.
Oh my God, the combo was gross.
Ugh. Disgusting. Oh, the light and dark. Oh, he gets in-capped, but it is a 2v3 at the moment for Daybok. Kababi's so hurt, ends up going down, but Tukes is so low up top. Couldn't get the heals from Hansel in time, so that should be yet another Daybok round coming out right here as the ultimate. God.
You brought out the
the big guns.
Yeah.
You say brought out the anime?
You brought out the anime right there.
There he is.
Damn, what a cool guy.
I know, right? A real smooth-looking lad. Raigon is.
Smooth lad.
Smooth lad. He's a mad lad. All right, Daybok, 2-0. So far, cruising. They put some really good pressure onto Kababi early last round. They got his health down quick. I think if Bruce Lee can continue to do that, keep that pressure onto Kababi, might turn out well for them. But so far, he's just been able to sit back and kind of toss his boomerangs out there.
Oh my God, get out of there. This is just the molly-whopping in the corner. It's either Godolph or it's Condemned that's just taking damage. Condemned actually took a lot of damage regardless. It just, Godolph took a little bit more in that scenario. Oh my God, Kababi taking so much there from Tukes as well as Hansel. And now he finds himself in an awkward spot, tries to give him the Amazon Fresh, but whiffs it just a little bit, has to use a defensive time travel. Godolph gets incapacitated in an awkward spot, but I think the coordination wasn't quite there. He needs to jump away. Oh my God, he does, but he's still in the middle of everything, trying desperately to run, and the tornado in the end is going to be what gets him out of there.
Got those greens as well, but now Sanu gets petrified, so that might be trouble. Indeed it is. Kababi goes down. They're going to be looking for a conversion here rather quickly. They can. Getting on to Hansel. Oh, didn't hit his counter. Well done. Now he drops his ultimate, forcing Hansel to space out of there. Oh, and avoiding the petrify as well. What a round from Godolph.
Oh, a
Here.
big
And
stun.
the
You're
stun!
dead.
The kill should come, yes. Does
Do
end up
not
going
get
down
hit
2v2, but
by time
Sanu
travel.
can't stay alive.
Wow, did he just get burned from around the corner? Oh,
Yep.
the parry will kill him.
Oh, that's so good!
God, some people are triggered right now.
Oh, triggered. I'm triggered.
Oh my God! And now Raigon is in
1v1.
in a deathly duel against Condemned, and there's a lot of extra health.
This orb's gonna be
Is he
big.
gonna try to dash back? Nope, that goes to Condemned, and it's double effectiveness. He baits out the counter, but the ultimate.
Oh!
No!
Sad boys.
Sad boys. You know, Bruce Lee probably should have won that round. They had a lot of early pressure. That got way out of hand really quick for Bruce Lee there.
Oh, man. Well, they get around on the board. Daybach gonna have the one round advantage at least. So Godov, gotta give him credit. Had quite a round for himself. There was just, I mean, his target swapping was beautiful and not hitting counters. They're going to be looking to him keep up that sort of play throughout the course of this match, that's for sure. He's trying to get onto Tukes right now. It got stunned up. He's still looking to continue that pressure, forcing Tukes actually space, and Condemned is taking quite a number. He needs to be careful. Goes in material, but if he goes too aggressive here, he might end up paying for it.
Oh my God,
Stunned
Godov
up.
with a drive-by stun.
The drive-by stun.
As he was being tractor beamed, he went past Condemned there using the counter, and he just popped the recast, got the stun, turned off the counter, and Condemned just got left taking the donkeys.
The donkeys. There goes Daybach.
He contracted a serious case of the donkeys.
God, I hate when I get the donkeys.
Yeah, it's
It's,
never very fun.
Yeah, the donkeys ain't fun. Let me tell you. You don't want to experience it, folks, but Daybach giving it to him anyway. 3-1. Hey, how about that damage on Kababi, though?
That's some real damage there.
See that?
To quote one of my
Hey.
fellow commentators, the highest number of damage we've ever seen.
It took me a second. I was like, huh? Oh, hey. Hey, Lamo. All right. Guy and I are getting in on the memes.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. 3-1.
Careful, Condemned. Oh, they proc his counter. That's going to put him in a different scenario in a 1v1 against Godov, but I think Godov might be fine with that. He's going to spend EX in material. Let's see. Oh, no, you get petrified up. Tornado. He just drops right back down where he is.
Oh, Godov. Oh, so hurt. He's just... Oh, he's actually going to drop his ultimate.
Oh,
Here
2
comes the
seconds.
stun. Where's that follow-up damage? They got some good damage off, and actually, he's able to
They
avoid
need
the
more.
petrify.
They need more. A good use of the incapacitator there for Condemned. He has to be careful. Gets double stunned and Dragon Palmed away. And the second Dragon Palm, you can't come near this. Can't touch me. And actually, Raigon nearly has caught up with the health pool of Shifu. We got to see what happens here. He's going to use his parry. He's dead. But the cross kill might happen. Sense of time. Be careful of the X strike. We'll see. Oh my God. People just hurting themselves. Just really shooting. This is just absolute chaos. Sinu might go down here. That's going to give Ty a little bit of opportunity to use some piggies. Oh, nice stun!
Oh, such a good stun! Finish him!
What?
No!
Oh my God, Sinu with the backline
EXM1.
snipe.
That EXM1 from downtown! Oh, but now Sanu's got to go 1v2. It's going to be... Oh.
Something is occurring.
Oh! Help me!
There's a glitch in the Matrix.
Oh, no!
Oh my God. I can't.
Please!
Oh!
Oh, man.
I didn't know it made the move that fast.
Oh,
All right,
this
let's
is,
see. Time better. Well positioned. But Sinu might just go... Oh, no! Immaterial there.
Oh, yeah. And a rip. Hopefully, that's just on our end.
I
all
hope so.
this. Fingers crossed.
I hope so, because that was a real trip.
A trip indeed.
It's definitely
Well,
not the ideal viewing experience.
No, not quite ideal.
Yeah.
For being real. All right, Bruce Lee, we're getting around back. 3-2.
Oh,
The boys in blue.
Now the taser didn't actually do very much, but Godov might be losing a lot of health here. He jumps away. The double incapacity is huge from Condemned. And now all momentum on the side of Bruce Lee and more defensive cooldowns here. Condemned losing a bit, and he might go a little bit too ham. We'll see. Flick around, gets the in cap, and Iva is out of the picture. But Godolph wastes the parry stun. Kababi
the
in a little bit
ultimate.
of trouble.
Ultimate in the back from Hanselo. Couldn't connect on anybody, though. So,
Oh
man.
my god, that was huge burst. And the EX material
Nice
barely
counter.
gets any healing off of it. Here comes a time travel. It's huge!
Ooh! Condemned. Peasy late.
Yeah.
3v2.
It's really dangerous if you use your EX material. Nice incapacity on
That
the
was
ultimate.
great.
This is going to be the kill. X-Strike is going to reduce any kind of healing that Hanselo can put out, and now both Tukes and Hanselo are in trouble. Sinu trying to go for the EXM1 kill. We'll see if he lands it. There's the ultimate. Quicksand for the burst. Incap? Nope. Just
No.
use a normal one.
That's fine. That's all they needed. Daybach gonna have a map point, 4-2. So it's just one more, and they'll take map number 1. Keep in mind, best of 3, folks. So they still got another one after this. But winner of the series going on to play Functional Sociopaths in the finals, Kababi. Look at that man.
We talked a little bit about double healer, but this is their alternate composition they ran in the finals against Intolerant, and it
Working
went really well.
Yeah.
And they really do see. Oh my God, Kababi got chunked down there, just stomped on, and now the counter procs, and Kababi is continuing to be in trouble. And the spear across the Zephyr did not get pushed back. Will make the kill. Beautiful line of play from Condemned there.
Oh, now the ultimate getting dropped. Hanselo taking
Oh!
quite a bit from it. Beautiful Petrify, the anticipation onto Godolph. Coming on to him.
420 for control for Hanselo there.
Hey.
Get him stoned up.
Oh, man. Oh, here's, the ultimate in the back. Oh, that's so much damage. And
Fried Rygon seems to be on the menu for Bruce Lee.
by the sun and moon.
Now, here's the thing. I feel like Sirius's ultimate is more like a microwave, and Iva's flamethrower is more like a grill. Now,
Yeah.
I would prefer the grilled Rygon over the microwave Rygon, just because of the. What food is better tasting microwave than grilled?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely grilled.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but see, is there charcoal there? Get that smokiness.
Oh yeah,
That's the question. We need a little bit of charcoal for the
Very
smoky
true.
flavor. I don't know if we're getting that off of Iva's flamethrower,
That's a
but
good
still
question.
better than the microwave.
We'll have to investigate further
Yes.
as we're into what could be the last round for Debak. But Godolph needs to run. He's just running back to his enemies. Incapacitate is going to slow things down a little bit. A little bit of self-healing. Now he's got the parry. But he might just take all the damage right here. Tornado. No! Why are you running too Condemned? Oh my God! Run, man!
Oh, buddy. This might be another Bruce Lee round. The ultimate comes out, the stun. Oh, look at the
my
follow-up.
God! Kababi
Tukes.
trying to make something happen here. Sinu with a flag. And now it looks like Tukes is just going to get out of there with the jump jets.
Oh, man. They got to convert on a kill here quickly. Oh, Kababi's getting closed in on. He's weakened. The banana.
Oh my God!
The second banana.
Your knees look a little bit weak. You need some potassium in the system.
Palms are sweaty. Oh,
And Hanselo is there to assist.
well, here we go. Bruce Lee bringing it back. It's going to come down to one round to decide who takes map number 1 here. Chat made some good comments. Popcorn probably wouldn't be the... I don't know, maybe it would be really good grilled.
Yeah. What is the... You just put... The other way is just literally to put them in the pot, right? And like... Actually...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well,
You gotta stove it up and then put it in a pot and then heat it up that way,
be
right?
good. Grilled soup. That's what someone
What
else
the
said.
hell? What are you talking about?
It'd be pretty good. All right.
Let's take a look at this front
Yeah.
line here. It's going to be Condemned, and this time they're focusing on Kababi. They've identified that that's kind of their vulnerability, Daybach's vulnerability, and it seems to be working out for Bruce Lee, but Condemned taking a lot of damage here, and here comes Godolph off the back line. He hits the counter, but that's not really going to help Condemned too much. He's going to spend EX material, and maybe there's a punish. There's not a lot of meter. Incapacitate onto Sinu, and Kababi's going to try to cut him off. No counter for Condemned. He's going to be exposed for a little while. Run!
Oh, immaterial. Oh, run.
There
No,
it is.
he's got to be done. Oh, no. He's still alive.
Oh my God, the
Oh, that
counter's not going to help
ultimate,
you. Here comes a jump. Get him. Oh, he misses just barely. That would have been super cool.
Rinsed.
Repeat. Recycle.
Cycle. 5-4 win for Daybach.
Mm-hmm.
in map number
That was
1.
real close. Now,
That
Daybach
was-
was really
whew.
running away from it. So here's the thing from the start, from the get-go, Daybach was stealing a lot of rounds, right?
Yeah.
To put it simply, they were stealing away rounds. They were playing certain games where they would maybe even lose the first kill, and then they would come back somehow in a 2v3 down to a 2v2 down to a 2v1 and then win it. And that it just never seemed very clean. And Bruce Lee really got it together and pushed back a bunch of rounds, but Daybach's lead was just too far ahead. Now I have to wonder, this lineup that Daybach was running was excellent against Intolerant, but
Yeah.
it was pulled out in a scenario where it felt like they just didn't want to play the double healer option. Are they trying to practice this option for a more consistent game plan? Is there something about double healer that they don't really like in this scenario? Or is it literally just that they thought it wasn't cool enough that they were like, double healer's boring?
Like, yeah. I don't know. I mean, because the thing is, their double healer is. I mean, obviously, it was great for them for a long time. Maybe they're looking to, maybe this is what they want to work with long term now. But at least it's nice for them to know that they have the option. At least if things go awry, that they have this double support composition that they can fall back on if that's something that they want to do. But I mean, regardless for them, they take map number 1, so they probably don't need to go that route yet. But if they want to, maybe they can. So either way, they take map number 1. If they win the next map, they will move on to the finals and play against not Intolerant. It is Functional Sociopaths who did take down Intolerant. I saw some people asking about it. So
Maybe today is the week of upsets and Bruce Lee is going to take down Daybach.
oh, that would be
And
crazy.
everything we talked about before the tournament started is not going to matter because then the matchup is going to be Functional Sociopaths versus Bruce Lee. Which
And then
was
later today in NA, Onslaught gets beaten by shoe size greater than maturity, and they're not even playing.
Is it greater than
But-
immaturity or is it greater than maturity?
Shoe size greater than maturity. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah.
right.
That's all right. I don't think they're into the top 4. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see Onslaught get upset later today. I'm feeling the comeback from
Well,
Bruce Lee.
here's the
I'm
thing.
smelling it. They're cooking.
Onslaught,
Mhm.
especially Onslaught, especially with Reap What You Sow on their team, they always get upset, but they always win.
That's yep. Hey, as long as you win, right? I mean, that's gotta.
I'm just kidding.
You pull out the dub at
I'm
the end of the
just
day. Yeah. We poke fun.
Mm.
Say, it's what we do here. God, my nose just itches like no other today, Rainey. I tell you what, I don't know why I felt.
What do you
the
want me
need
to do about that? I
need like a pipe
I'm
cleaner.
not going to scratch your nose on broadcast.
Yeah, pipe cleaner or something.
Pipe cleaner?
Yeah, get like the inside,
Oh, it's the inside of your nose.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not scratching that.
Sorry, folks. Getting over a little bit of a cold. I'm still trying to survive.
That is...
Guy in our ear tells me I need to just fist my nose. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, you can barely get one finger up your nose. Please don't get your fist up your nose.
It's just such a dumb image in my head now.
This is going directions.
No, it's
I don't know
directions.
which
We don't need
direction,
to. We don't want to go down any further.
Yeah. Hey.
But either way, map number 2 coming up soon. Hey, you said hey. I figured I'd return.
At
that.
WatchNG. If
Oh
you
yeah,
wanna
follow us on
complain
Twitter.
about anything that we do, if you want to file a formal complaint about the
Any of the-
spaghettis,
Yes,
as
the
well
spaghetti.
as well as just general kind of just lack of knowledge,
Mm.
just the
Messing up.
insanity. If it offends you that we actually don't know the game that we're talking about, I only realized that the game was called BattleRekt today.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Glad you could join. I'm having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good game, by the way. In case anybody that is new to this fun game,
Early access you could get. They also released they're
BattleRekt Lite.
setting out a few keys for BattleRekt Lite.
that's right. So get on in it, because
They should have just called it BattleLite.
haha, BattleLite missed opportunity. SLS. Let's talk about this. Sort this out later. BattleLite.
Oh God, this
That's
is when.
really good.
Hey,
Should be in the marketing team.
that reminds me. Big thanks to Twitch and SLS for
Oh,
making
yes.
the Proving Grounds happen.
Yeah.
Really appreciate their support in kind of making BattleRekt a real thing and
Yeah.
continuing to support the community tournament scene from the
Yeah.
ground up. And hopefully the players are having fun. Hopefully the viewers are having fun.
Much love.
We're having fun.
We are, as you can tell.
Mm.
So much fun that I'm sweating.
Typically, I would just be sitting here slowly crying to myself, feeling bad. Now I'm just normal. That's when you know I'm having fun.
That's right, and that only happens on BattleRekt.
Only, only on BattleRekt.
That's right, only on BattleRekt. Come, stay with us, have fun. I feel like my forehead, like somebody, like shines it before the day starts.
That's because you're a babyface.
And I just sweat like a. Oh.
I think that the shiny forehead is a good sign of healthy skin. Is that correct? Shiny skin is healthy skin? Or oily skin? One of the
Yeah, I
two.
feel like it's oily, if anything. See, mine's not even really oily. It's just I yell and then start sweating.
Disgusting.
So I'm a disgusting human.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But anyway, we have game 2 coming up. Apparently the lobby died, so we're just getting things sorted out, and then we will get into it. Folks, winner of this game, remember.
I ran out of riddles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's. I'm not sad that you ran out of riddles.
I don't have any more for you.
Yeah,
My
because then I'll just
apologies.
look even more dumb. We could give a riddle to chat, but you ran out. Guy in our ear, do you have a riddle for us?
Yeah. Guy in our ear
Any
will
good
never
riddles?
have any riddles. Guy in our ear is a riddle. I have no idea what he does.
Yeah, he just presses buttons.
He was the one that instigated the assassination of our social media guy, which I'm now starting to feel like is
being uncovered.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that his assassination of the social media guy was probably a mistake. I missed all those clips.
I know. I know. I
We
only
also
looked on
lost
that.
the guy who gave us like popcorn and like hot chocolate and
Oh yeah,
marshmallows and
what was the title for that guy?
he was just the nice
Oddities guy.
guy. He's
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Nice guy.
Nice
yeah.
guy.
Guy in our ear is looking up some riddles for chat while we're waiting.
Just that
So-
absolute trash. That's exactly where they find their answers. If you can find it through a Google search, the
Look-
chat's gonna find it through a Google
All right,
search.
we're gonna need to go deep into Google here.
You're gonna need to go deep, like
Yeah.
deep internet, where you see things that
Yep.
you wish you hadn't.
Yeah, that way they can't find the answer.
Mhm.
All right, this is serious business.
For example, go to the deep internet. That's where you find BattleRekt.
Mm-hmm.
You see things that you wish you didn't.
Yeah, we're a special group here. No
We're
outsiders.
special
No.
people.
We welcome all to come
Waiting
watch
for,
and have
for
fun
these
with us.
players to set up their new lobby. There's a little bit of a hiccup, but we're gonna
Oh.
get back into the BattleRekt action soon.
Woo! Oh yeah, I see it. Game's loading, folks. So here we go. Map number 2 in our semifinals. Daybach, they're up 1-0. Looking to close
Just
this puppy
barely.
out.
Barely.
Just barely. That's right. It was very close. It was
You
very
wanna-
close indeed. Here we go. We are right back in. And it's going to be the same. Actually, not the same compositions. Sanu changing to
Lucy.
this time rather than the old door.
This is interesting.
You like
Let's see how the Lucy fares against this Sirius Shifu.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
going to be a little tough.
they're already starting. Here comes Condemned. Oh my God. Oh no.
Ooh, doggy.
Oh, he's got one more spear. Spear him. Oh, why are you going? Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
That was just the prismatic strike to get behind him. That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Lucy pick against Sirius Shifu.
Oh, Condemned's dead. So it's 2v2.
2v2 still doable, but Bruce Lee are the ones that have a healer of some sort. Though, of course, Godolph has a lot of sustain himself. So we'll see how they fare out here. Hanselel actually might be some
my God.
low-hanging fruit. There it is.
Huge whiff from Hanselel, just threw out the charged weapon strike into nothing. And then he hit the prismatic strike this time, which was pretty cool, but I kind of think you would wish it was the other way around. Miss the prismatic strike if you have to miss one of them, and then hit the charged weapon strike.
Well, 1v2 now. Tukes.
They're kind of low health, so...
It's possible, I guess.
Oh, we're getting the National Geographic first-person vision of Tukes here. Watch as the Iva desperately tries to survive in this 2v1 scenario. She could actually win.
Oh, get cooked! Seriously! Oh, he got one!
Okay, this is real bad.
Down to a 1v1. Oh, would have been big for him to be able to get that
Oh,
orb. But
no,
now
the
into
piggy!
the ultimate.
You're dead.
Oh!
He's so slow.
Oh, get the greens!
Oh my God,
Oh.
you gotta watch your back. You gotta watch your front. Be careful when you cross the road because cars come from 2 directions.
Man, that would have been nutso. Nutso. Guy in our ear says that he has a riddle. Do we use it now, Rainy?
We
Do we wait
use it
till
later.
Yeah.
Use it later.
Save it for later. Keep that in our back pocket for a rainy day.
What the hell? Oh,
Haha.
God. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Well,
Tukes, not bad. But Daybok somehow
Almost.
climbing back. This is like a repeat of the last game where they lose the first kill, but somehow they claw their way back.
well,
They're really good in the clutch, and Bruce Lee just can't quite get that clean kill. Oh, nice counter from Condemned. Gets him in there, but gets pushed back. Now he's going to spend
Gets
immaterial,
counter.
and he's about to get parry stunned. Condemned's going to take a lot of damage here. Zap comes out on him, but he's still taking a huge amount of damage if his counter gets proctored. Okay.
oh. And the Green's ultimate comes out. Condemned, a little banged up here, is going to get zapped. Oh, get the cleanse from that, but he's still got to be careful. He's getting run at. He in caps one of his own.
Oh, God. Condemned might be in trouble here. He's going to get away
he's
with not
getting
spending his
chased.
immaterial. There it
Oh,
is. There
he's
it
so
finally
hurt.
is.
He's still able to survive for now. Ultimate gets dropped.
Oh,
by
gets sliced.
Guff. Just sliced up, baby. Oh, no.
Not again.
Not again! Not like this! Oh, Tukes. Getting hit with the boomerang, though. Daybok getting another round on the board. It is now 2-0.
Yeah.
I don't know how I started getting a country accent halfway through that sentence.
I
But,
feel like that's kind of your normal accent.
yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it is. Hey,
You have a little bit of the twang.
a little bit of twang.
And that's why you're
Howdy.
so classy.
That's right.
That's why I can't figure out why you're still single.
You know, I can't figure it out either.
DMs are open.
DM's open. Keep in mind, if email correspondence is better for you, that is also sitting on my Twitter profile, so feel free.
Oh, no. Sinu might be taking the dunk. He gets incapacitated. And Tornado's already spent. He's going to spend the Swift roll. He's trying to get away. We're getting a little bit of that, the old slideshow mode here. Oh, good spear connects onto Sinu, but the Panic Flask is also well connected here, and Condemn might be in a little trouble. The double parry stun, counter, and oh, nice from Goodoff to avoid it.
Oh, man! Oh, Sanu was going for the, he's going for the greens down on the bottom. Hanselo doing a pretty good job. I think he denied at least one of them, but he got right back on his horse there, his mount, and tried to shut it down.
God.
It doesn't matter, though, because Daybok, meanwhile, was
Goodoff is just freaking smacking people left and right.
giving him the backhand.
Came down for the overhead chop onto Bruce Lee there. Took down Tukes.
Goodoff's playing like a monster. Like a monster on this Rygon.
Yeah,
But,
it's really cool to watch him play.
yeah. It is quite nice. But Daybok now 3-0. 2 more rounds. They move into the finals. Bruce Lee! I'm waiting for the comeback. They did it last time. Not a full comeback, but they brought themselves back into the game. I have faith. I smell it. It's brewing right now, currently.
Disgusting. All right, here comes a haste pop here for Kababi. He's going to back away. Now Sinu's getting pressured up. I think he already spent... Oh, then Tornado was already spent there. There's a blast shield with the barrier. He's going to want to roll. Build that stick of butter. Build it. He actually gets away with the haste. He's going to spend the Swift roll now. Oh, no. And it looks like Hanselo's getting pretty low. We'll see. Double Petrify is huge. Spend the barrier again, but Hanselo's going to fall.
Oh, that vortex from Kababi was really good, too.
Oh, no. I think that Sinu might go down here. It depends on how much health Condemn needs to spend for this kill. The barrier comes up, but it's actually bad timing. Here comes the Whirling Blade. Whirlwind takes him out. But the cross kill leaves Tukes in a 2v1 situation. And we've seen too much of this to know how it ends.
Rat-a-tata. Oh, man. I don't know what happened from game 1 to game 2.
So far,
Bruce Lee.
it's just a bashing of cooldowns until everybody's dry, and then who dies first.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Bruce Lee comes in real aggressive, tries to get onto Sinu. I think they need to play with a little bit more care. I think Hanselo needs to be landing some double petrifies, or Condemn needs to come in with some double incapacitates. That's what's really going to launch them forward in terms of the momentum, especially if you can put Kababi into CC, really preventing any kind of peeling coming down on Sinu. I think that's going to be real key, but Kababi is playing super well on Taya, just building up energy so fast, making it extremely difficult to catch Sinu in a situation where he doesn't have Tornado as an option.
Oh, used it right there. And now that center orb is up. Oh, going in deep was Kababi, but Bruce Lee get the orb. And meanwhile, Godov trying to keep pressure on Hanselel here. He's keeping him busy, but now Condemned is starting to come in onto him. He used his parry, but it really needs to be careful getting that stuns off. Getting these stuns off.
Nice juke by Godov. He gets the counter. The immaterial is spent. Condemn might be opened up here. We'll see, but Godov has different interests. They get the center orb, and that's going to help a little bit. Full stick of butter on Taya's side, so he could go for a piggy, and here it comes. This might be a lot of pressure. Hansel is just stuck in goo.
Oh, nice. Hansel's still in it, gets bopped up. And
Gets the double stun.
Well, right now, Daebak, full control of the
Positions
center.
have swapped, and just overall, Daebak has just been doing much better in terms of efficient trades. So let's see if the damage burst here is enough, and Kababi is going to try to run. Barrier finally coming down. Oh my god, and the counterattack is huge. There it is, a cleave from the sky. Godov ends the life of Condemned.
Well, they got to tread carefully here, Bruce Lee. Because if they lose this round, they're done, and I think that might actually be it for Tukes.
He's got one
2
health.
health. Oh, he used Zap 2. Needs heals. Hanselel's down. And that is going to do it. Daebak just consuming map number 2, just eating it alive. And they will take it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee is out of there.
What they the pause came through, but that it doesn't matter. It's done.
There have been times where I've observed people who were gaming, and there's this frustration that is associated with losing that compels such an individual to reach over to the cable that provides them the connection to the outer world, otherwise known as the internet,
yes.
and remove the connection from their device.
I
Plug
think I've
pulling,
done
as
that.
some people call that,
Yeah.
is typically known as the fastest way to eject from a situation that you do not want to be in anymore.
Yeah. That I think I've been there before. Well, see, now I'm not much of a pull the cord out. It's just more of slam the desk.
Slam
but
the
hey,
desk.
to each their own.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To each their own. In this case, someone from Bruce Lee just went for the pull the cord method there. It's just fine. Whatever floats your boat. But Daebak, they take it 5-0 in the final map. Absolute
I can understand,
domination.
too. That's super frustrating, especially when you're like, all right, let's set up. We get the kill. We're in a 3v2. All we got to do is kite away, and then one of your guys dies, and you're like, damn it, now we're in a 2v2. And then you lose the round. That's really heartbreaking.
It's what they call getting put into the sad zone.
Yeah,
That's
putting
what
it
I
into the
call
sad
it.
zone. It's like, if you were to associate degrees of tilt with certain actions, that is like maybe a 90-degree tilt.
Yeah.
It's pretty dramatic.
Nah, that's a pretty big tilt.
Mhm.
That's a big tilt. Well, with that being said, Daebak, they move into the finals. Let's check out the bracket and see how we shape up. Functional Sociopaths will be the team that Daebak goes against in the finals. As you can see, Daebak has pretty much rolled their way through 2-0s across the board. Now they're into the finals. Functional Sociopaths having a little bit of a tough time against Intolerant there, but that's actually a big win for them that we got to see earlier, taking down Intolerant. You know, that's I think most would consider that an upset, especially since Intolerant have won EU BattleRekt for the past 3 weeks. So Daebak looking to maybe claim the crown this week, or who knows, if Functional Sociopaths keep playing as well as they have been today, maybe they'll even take the crown. But we'll definitely be finding that out when we come back. Guys, don't go anywhere. Coming up is the grand finals of week number 6 of BattleRekt, the Proving Grounds. We'll see you then once we get back. That was the worst throw of all time.
I
Please
can't
cut
believe
now.
you've done this.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the finals. Oh, God.
The music was real loud.
Still getting blasted with music. Man, I just clawed one of our doors. Now my nail feels like
Deserved it.
Ouch.
Deserved it.
Now it hurts. It was unintentional.
That's what happens when you make a throw to break that is actually just...
The worst throw of all time.
It's like those moments where you go up to, like, throw a baseball or something, and then you just throw it at your feet.
Yeah, that's basically what just happened. I went to go out. I was the opening pitch in, like, the World Series. I was, like, the honorary, like, first pitch. And I threw it right into the ground. Like, just straight down.
Yeah,
Awful.
you definitely escalated that situation.
Yeah, it was, it was bad. All right. Guy out here is telling me that bracket's ready. Let's check it out. Here's our finals. Functional Sociopaths. Daybach coming in hot. Should be a good one, of course. The Functional Sociopaths getting the big upset over Intolerant.
They played really well.
They did.
Randler, Xanox, and Varosk are working really well today, and let's see if they can carry that into the finals here. Now, of course, they were playing different opponents, right? So that's going to kind of make it difficult to kind of decide where they stand. I feel like Functional Sociopaths played better in the round of 8 than Daybach did, but who knows? Different opponents, different comp lineup, different play style, maybe even a different composition coming out of Daybach in the finals. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely see. Hopefully it'll be a good one. But guys, remember, they're not just playing for pride here. They got some money on the line, some esports pizzas on the line here. Yeah, you see that. 500 for first place, 300 for second, and then obviously 100 has gone now to our third and fourth place teams. But it's really that 500 and the 300, the big ones that these guys are playing for here, the big bucks.
What would you do with $100? If you had to split $100 with me, what would you do?
Ah, that's a good question. There's so much, so many things I could do with that. Probably food.
Yeah, food?
Yeah, food. Or beer.
That's a good choice.
Maybe beer.
I was thinking I would kill you, take your $50, and have 100 to myself.
Savage.
But now that you mentioned beer, maybe I'll keep you
yeah,
alive and we can both share.
You know,
a beer.
we could be friendly about this. You don't have to escalate to violence, Rainey. You know? Or we could, yeah. You know, can we get a wrecked sound cue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beer, I think, is the option here. What are we going for? Nice.
We should have a summer episode of BattleRekt where we just have pitchers of beer here that we can share.
Oh,
A 3-person cast. Maybe a 4-person cast. We have Carpet. We have In the Flesh here.
Yeah. We're just chilling. We're all wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Tweet at us at WatchNGE if you want that to happen.
Yeah. Tweet at us. At WatchNGE.
No desk.
Beach chairs, no desk. Throw some sand down. Get
just like a small pile of sand.
Just a little one.
Enough.
You know, give you the beachy effect.
At WatchNGE, let us know if you want to see it happen.
And we'll just sit here and
as we're going to broadcast like the round of 16 too, so it's going to be a real long broadcast, so we're just going to get smashed.
Oh yeah, the whole way through. It'll be like throwing back to like Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Time, you know.
Christmas episode wasn't smashed. Christmas episode was jolly.
Yeah, it was jolly. Having a good old time. Christmas
jolly
episode was
smashed.
Lit. I'm trying to bring that back.
Jesus.
You don't like that word?
First you mess up the throw to break, and
then I use the word lit. Real cringy up in here today.
Can we get in the game? Please.
Yeah.
Get me off the desk with
Admin
this guy.
What's going on?
Jesus.
Where's the game? No. Teams are getting set up right now. You know, you got to make sure everything's perfect.
Oh,
what's
finals.
the riddle? Oh, guy in our ear. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
we're being told what the riddle is.
Yes.
What goes through towns and hills but never moves?
What? Yeah. What goes through towns and hills and never moves? I currently don't have chat up, so I can't see if anybody's actually getting the right answer. I'm going to think about it. What goes through towns and hills but never moves?
Drama.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh, chat got it already?
Because they can Google it.
Yeah.
You Googled it.
Cheaters.
So they literally just, if they Google it, they'll find what you found.
All right, guy in our ear, what's the answer? Roads.
Goes through towns and hills, but never moves. I don't know. So, you know, I went on a trip in Taiwan to the mountainous regions of Taiwan. Beautiful places. Some of the roads that we took up the hills and mountains, I don't know if I would call them roads, more just stone pathways that happen to be
just clear,
less
trees.
bumpy and more more passable. right? I don't
Yeah.
know if I would call those roads.
Hey,
but
whatever
that's me
gets the
being
job
semantic because I couldn't understand what the question was.
done. Whatever
asking
gets the
for.
job done, as long as you can move.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Roads.
Got it here. Cook us. Oh, never mind. We got game starting. I was
No
gonna
more
say,
riddles.
I was gonna say
God.
cook us up another one, but
No.
we got a game
Not
to
cooking
watch.
anything. Definitely not cooking spaghettis.
Spagate. All right. Functional Sociopaths and Daybach are finalists here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Oh, Rygon v. Rygon too.
Interesting.
This will be good. Kababi staying on the Taya. There is no Iva. On the.
We'll see. Melee versus melee is very different, as we saw for Daybach versus Bruce Lee.
Oh,
They're just thwapping each other with their swords.
slapping. Oh,
Godov going for the back line. He gets the parry here. It mitigates up a lot of damage. Pops his own parry as well. That's going to give him somewhat good positioning here. The pressure is being put onto Sanu.
Yep.
Kababi trying to go for any kind of pressure he can, but doesn't quite connect with his X strike. Oh, God.
Goo's gonna come down, but the tornado saves Kababi. He's able to get out of there. That orb is up. And Randler trying to get it. Functional Sociopaths do manage to snag it up there.
Oh, man, a big whiff. Awkward situation there.
Awkward.
Godov in the goo.
Oh.
Might be able to make the kill. Yep, the parry doesn't save you from the goo ticking damage. Good use of the piggy there. Actually avoids a lot of damage from the side of Varask. But now that they're in the 2v2 situation, the map control aspect of it certainly is going in the favor of Functional Sociopaths, and they're going to be able to get the orb off of it. And as we've seen so many times today, in this 2v2 situation, that orb makes all the difference.
Yeah, it really does. And there will be another one coming up here shortly, speaking of which. But right now, Daybach looking to re-engage as this orb starts to come up. Both sides have a healer. So this will definitely be interesting. Daybach able to secure that orb. Now the Goo's going to get dropped.
He's taking a lot of damage. There's
counter Goo. Can he get out in
Sanu!
time? Sanu, run!
Oh my
Run!
God, the oil, and he just gets absolutely dunked there. Let's see if the X-Strike can get around. No, it doesn't. And now it's all up to Kababi. See what the tried and true Taya fanatic can do here.
All
X-Strike. Ooh, good clarity potion. Denied.
Ratatata. Kababi.
Oh, this can't. Yeah, it's too difficult here.
And
They played it very smart. Denied the orb. And put Daybach in a bad situation. So Functional Sociopaths will take the first round, but it was definitely a close match. And a lot of that, I think it's really important to watch the target choice of Xanox and Godov. What they're focusing on is typically what's going to be taking the most pressure here. And I think Varask had just some good positioning to assist Xanox in kind of the majority of that game there to put damage onto their opponents.
Oh, lordy. All right. There we go, Xanox getting in immediately onto Sanu, but gonna change direction. Nope. He's still gonna go in for Sanu. Godov up top.
Oh, doing
He's
so
all
much
over
damage.
Randler right now.
Kababi is getting real low. Has to spend a tornado on the tractor beam. That's going to cause Varas to spend a jetpack to kind of get out of there. But there could be a lot of damage coming down onto Kababi. Pressing out Sinu is going to make him spend all his healing flasks. And that might give the opportunity for Xanox to turn around and do damage to another team member on the side of Functional Sociopaths, or on the side of Daybach.
Oh, down goes Xanox. 2v3. Orbs up. Randler wasn't able to get over there to grab it, so Daybach get that orb as well.
Nice AoE panic.
Now the ultimate was used by Kababi as he's just cruising. Oh, now Varask getting an ultimate of his own out there. Goo drops as well, but down goes Varask. So Randler should be following the rest of his teammates into the respawn queue here shortly. And Daybach.
Respawn queue?
Yeah, right back into the respawn
What are we talking
queue.
about? That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, it's just joining his teammates in the respawn queue. And now they're respawning.
I think it's tough. Xanox wanted to put on a lot of aggression there, but just not enough sustain. I feel like Raigon is a character where you do have to be a little bit more measured in terms of waiting the small amount of time for your mobility to be up, and ideally for your cooldowns to come back up when you need things like your jump or your parry. I feel like he's very cooldown based in that sense, and I think Xenox just didn't quite respect that enough.
Now Xenox looking for his target. Kababi using his tornado.
Good
Right
use
now.
of that panic flash from Sinu is going to really slow things down for Xenox. I think he takes a lot of health for going in and not getting much out of it. The huge clarity potion takes away, and another panic.
Nice.
Be careful, the deadly injects is coming. He's going to have to spend his jump on it, but there's more deadly injects on the way.
Oh.
Yeah,
The goo came
Xenox
out.
is in a lot of trouble here, but so is
Nice
Kababi.
cap. That's a 2v3 now. Functional Sociopaths with the one-player advantage. They still have a lot of health between Godov and Sanu. And
nice
the goo
clarity.
into the clarity potion to knock him back in. That's beautiful. Now evened it right back up at a 2v2. Goo comes out.
Oh my
Oh!
God, the double goo
Oh, the
and
double
the
goo!
clarity. It was all a trap, and
Oh,
he gets
tractor
tractor
beam!
beam. So much going on for Functional Sociopaths there. And that was a huge combo for Randler, really flexing his muscles as a veteran kind of support player, especially on Lucy there. And that chunks Sinu down, but they will be able to weather the storm, and Deadly
Nice.
Inject is applied now. Zap will take it out.
Orb up. Functional Sociopaths actually get it. Godov. Well, they're looking to find a kill here. Health advantage slightly in favor of
Oh, he
Functional
dodges!
Sociopaths.
Oh my God!
He goes right back in on Vrask. Barriers given. Uh-oh.
Bad position here.
Yeah, they need to heal up.
Puts Sinu in a really awkward situation. They get
Nice.
the orb! But let's see, a lot of mobility spent here, and he's about to get stunned. He uses the M2 to
Oh,
try
the
to get
kill.
out of it. The parry will help you. He walks out of it just barely surviving.
Oh.
Huge clarity potion
They might be able to
from
get Vrask.
Sinu in that situation, and there's a counter crippling goo.
Wow.
Oh my God.
He
Oh
iframed
my
that initial
God.
damage too. Randler in the middle of his roll.
Sinu and Rand are pulling out the stops here, making some very huge moves, but it looks like Functional Sociopath is going to get the slight upper end of that. Panic Flash just into the ether.
Ooh, Sadu having a tough time hitting the M1s. Goo comes out from him, but
Oh,
hello
they're
there.
feeding him to the abyss.
Feeding into the darkness.
Really, really well played. I really liked some of the 2v2 moves that Randler showed off in that scenario. And even though Sanu had some fantastic plays on his end, the resources just didn't quite line up in the way that they would have liked. 4 orbs to 1, I think, is really telling of the story, especially when 2 of those orbs were in kind of the 2v2 scenario. Getting the orb first always changes the dynamic of things, because you cause your opponent to be spending energy on things that are not their ultimate and not pushing the game forward in terms of damage. You cause them to spend defensively, which means that they're just extending their time in the game, not necessarily getting ahead,
Yeah.
which is important.
Now it's 2-1 Functional Sociopaths. Rosk has been doing work on the Iva. Certainly.
Oh, look at that haste. Uh-oh.
Panic. Oh, barrier's going to get used. Give him that protection out of no regard. He's just going in deep.
Swift roll
Right
being
now.
spent here.
Randler doesn't
actually
have
uses
much
it.
else.
The positioning is actually good on his teammates and covers them for him. And actually puts them in a really good situation. Randler was able to save a lot of health because he spent that swift roll, and he didn't get punished afterwards. So mitigation-wise, it was a really good choice.
Ooh, Godov is quite hurt right now. He uses his tornado, but he's low on health, and now they're both just going to turn onto him. The haste all keeps him alive. Gets barrier as well. Hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Right there, now the ultimate comes out from Varas, not really doing a whole lot.
Daybach in trouble here. And it looks like, oh, the crippling goo to try to punish, but again, the target, gets shoved back into the crippling goo just a little bit. And it looks like Godov is going to be the first kill here. Varas is able to just barely do it. Oh, and slicing him up.
Slice and dice.
There it is.
And there goes Kababi.
Functional Sociopaths are just playing consistently well. And this kind of is what I was mentioning about, kind of thinking about the round of 8. It really seemed like Functional Sociopaths was better put together, whereas Daybach's performance was very scrappy. They did end up making the win over Bruce Lee, but it was not comfortable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they, Functional Sociopaths are playing on a different level this week than I think than what we're used to seeing from them. Really turning it up. And
Oh, huge AoE
AoE
panic
panic.
there.
Yep.
Nice return Panic Flash from Sinu. He's been super good about landing Panic Flash on people who just land from the jump.
3-1. Xanox going in on a Kababi, but gets out of there before the X Strike comes out.
Nice movement from Xanox. Ooh,
Really good.
earns them the center orb. He actually won out in so many situations, and the incapacity on the mobility here. And that's going to put Godolph in a little bit of trouble. Takes 2 big shots to the face with that, and Varas is going to actually stand strong and take that duel, and forces Godolph to run. And now Crippling Goo is a punish, and he gets tractor beamed in. So many cooldowns, a barrier, and the taser is going to dispel all of that. Tornado is gone as well. There's actually a huge amount of momentum here for Functional Sociopaths, and they get the second orb as well. Energy is abound for them. There's a machine gun. Oh my god, dodge!
Oh,
wow!
he's so hurt.
That was
The haste.
fantastic aiming on Varas's part.
Godolph is so hurt up top there. He's got nothing.
Oh,
He just
nice
uses
reaction with the
parry.
parry,
I
but
don't think
he's
he's
dead
going to have
here.
anything else. No. He goes down. So, 2v3. Oh, Goo comes out. Vrask might actually end up going down. Indeed, he does. It's now a 2 versus 2, but the health advantage staunchly in favor of Functional Sociopaths at the moment. Still going to be really tough for Daybok to get back into this round, especially because you have Sanu caught all the way in the back.
Real not good. Taya versus Lucy is actually really hard for Lucy to find value here. Oh, just runs out of it. The benefits of haste are really flexing here, but Sainu's in trouble. You need to help him. How do you help? You have energy for Tornado, maybe? Oh, he's just going to let the barrier happen. Wow, that timing was actually really good. If he had put up his barrier before that deadly injection popped, he would have lost a lot of health here. Sainu is still holding strong. He's going to try to punish. He's going to try to go aggressive. You go there. And
oh
he
my
does.
God!
He goes there. If he's a man, you come up to him and ask a question. You're in dire straits. You're upon tough times. What do? Do you goo? And he says, I goo.
I goo. And the goo prevails. Oh, man. What a turnaround.
With the nerves of steel.
Wow. What a turnaround from Daybok here. And they should win this round. I don't think Randler is going to be able to 1v2 this. Sanu playing
They're going to be able to push
excellently.
him out of the option eventually, and then Crippling Goo is just the nail in the coffin. Yep.
Wow. That's what we like to see out of Daybok right there. That was really, really well done.
The
Sanu
clutch.
playing excellently, managing his cooldowns well. His positioning was fantastic and waiting for the perfect moment to use that goo. And he was able to catch Xanox inside of it, got the kill, and really allowed them to turn that round back around.
Still a very scrappy win. Varas actually did really well in that round, but I think he got a little too antsy after they secured the kill and spent cooldowns a little too aggressively. Ended up getting taken down in that 3v2 scenario, and I think he's going to be regretting that a little bit, but I don't think Functional Sociopath needs to be worried here.
Well, see,
Oh,
orbs
they
up.
gave the orb over. The spacebar
Good
from
steal.
Godolph was real well timed.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed on his side. Xanox is taking a beating at the moment, gets the barrier. They're doing a pretty good job of supporting him, but he's now
the
all
panic
over
flash
Sanu.
actually whiffs.
Oh, the goo. Man, he gets
Nice.
eaten alive off the back of that, too. Oh, counter goo comes out. This might be it
taser.
for Sanu. That's so much damage so quickly.
Gotta
oh,
respect
baby.
the taser.
Gotta
Goo into
respect
taser
it.
is such a big combo. The instant you try to use something to escape from that scenario,
Oh, Godolph.
you get stunned up.
He's
He's just trying to walk out of this situation. I think that's important.
They're gonna
Spence is
turn.
out to do so. He might jump here. It's going to be hard to punish. Uses ultimate. That causes Tornado to be spent.
orb is up now. It's going to be a big orb.
Oh, he missed!
Oh, Daybok gets
got
it.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
Oh, this is bad, really bad news for Functional Sociopaths here. They're just caught in the cubby of death, and they're just going to get pounded into the wall. Varask, 1v2, should fall shortly here. Daybok starting to turn around in this series. We are all tied up at 3-3 in map number 1. They're starting to come online here a little bit, Rainy. Daybok is.
Really fighting back here. Xanox lost out against that duel and really got punished. And I think that when you're in a situation like that, you need to, the commitment is so important. For Melee in all situations, you need to know how to commit and know that you're going to come out on top of that trade. That means that you have to outplay your opponent, and that's not something that's super reliable, right? For a lot of people, they can't be 100% certain that they're going to outplay their opponent, so sometimes you just got to go for it. In that case, Godolph performed admirably.
Panic onto Kababi. Orbs up. This time, Functional Sociopaths grab it. Xanox trying to get these greens up top. Really well timed to grab that other green orb.
Good barrier timing on Sinu's side. He has Crippling Good, so he's looking for some kind of punish here if he can. Lands a Panic Flash, and that's going to buy him a lot of space here.
Oh, stunned up in the middle of his ultimate, and now Vrask is going to use his own
Vrask's aim has been fantastic. Landing the taser on the Piggy to both kind of dispel any kind of buffs as well as get the stun there.
Oh, there's so many ultimates being used right now. Goo all over the corner.
Fortunately for both teams, they were able to stand in a situation where they were outside the goo, but the kill is going to land there for Functional Sociopaths.
Oh.
Let's see.
Oh, no, Functional Sociopaths get the orb, and it is now Sanu 1v3. And he's just going to get pulled right back in. Oh, man. Functional Sociopaths, map point for them in our grand finals here, the best of 3.
The biggest thing here for Vrask is zap timing and landing zaps. Or rather, zap timing and landing tasers. And one of the things that was very phenomenal about him on Jade, for example, was disabling shot accuracy as well as snipe accuracy, right? Like, these are mechanical things that Vrask does really well, and when he can land them consistently, there's a lot of benefit to it. Hitting it on Piggies as well as just dispelling things in general. He's landed some very clutch tasers in the duration of this one map alone to really kind of justify his pick on Iva.
Man, these AoE panics.
Just as I say that, there's a whiff taser.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's fine. It's whatever. Daybach getting the orb. They're going to be perfect through 2 rounds. See, Xanox is actually taking a beating from Kababi right now, laying a lot of pressure onto him.
Uh-oh. He jumps. He's in an awkward spot. There's a punish. Where's the Clarity Potion? Is it going to come out? It doesn't. He's going to be able to walk out of it, but does lose a lot of health. He's a little bit of meter here. He's going to use his jump again. Body block on the side of Randler there.
Vrask. Godov's trying to hunt Vrask down at the moment, and Xanox is incredibly hurt here. The goo comes out to try and keep them off him for just a second, but it doesn't matter. Xanox goes
Oh my god,
down.
so close. He's
Wow.
going to have to cancel his ultimate there. Only got a little bit of damage.
Oh, Zap is out. Goo comes down as well, but no one's going to be inside of it. Sanu saved his barrier. Well done, but that might be it for Vrask. He has his space, able to get himself away from danger, but still it's a 2v3. And they're, well, Vrask at least, quite low on health. This is a tall order to try and win this round for Functional Sociopaths.
They're getting pushed back slowly, and there's not a lot of resources to spend. Let's see if they can grab the orb here. Barely. The rocket could have gotten it for Functional Sociopaths, but Daybach will be able to secure it. That's going to make it even more difficult for them to close out the round.
Oh, Vrask. Just got to breathe on him, really. Barrier's used. Oh, and he's used his tractor beam as well.
Nice use of the taser. That's actually a big crippling goo there.
Oh, Sanu! Wow, the follow-up from Vrask!
He's going to be able to circle the orb and get a lot of defense off of the taser again. And he has
Randler?
mobility to jump away.
Oh.
Randler is going to fall. There's a jump.
This costs so much. Vrask. 1 versus 2. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Gets away. He needs these greens. Uses Zap. Is able to get one, but Haste blocks out the other one. Kababi gets down to it. I don't think...
Godov is playing smart. He's just kind of baiting in. He's threatening something, but he's not committing, so it's hard for Vrask to really play out this game evenly, and now he's going to take his chance. Super smart play from Daybach. They wanted to play very safe, and that's exactly what happened. Godov was just sitting there. Hey, I could jump in and help at any time. You could try to hit me, but I'm so far away that I can most likely dodge you with my movement speed on my mount. And then the instant cooldowns were popped on Vrask's end. Godov says, it's my chance now.
Yep.
He goes in for the kill.
And that is now giving us the crucial round. Crucial round. It's tied up at 4-4. Winner of this round gets map number 1. So this is really big for both teams to get that early lead.
Oh, gets tasered up.
Lots of stun.
That's going to give them an early advantage here. And
More
the
stun.
tractor beam stun. Going to give them more pressure. He jumps away from the parry stun too. Sinu might be in a lot of trouble. His swift roll is spent, and there's a knock up to get the incapacitate. Here's a big punch. There's no swift roll. Tornado has to be spent here.
Oh, Sanu, though, still might be in trouble. Nice panic.
Oh, this might be a little over-eager. He wasn't ready for Xanox to get Panic Flash there, and that actually puts Randler in a bad spot, and he will go down. Too greedy. Huge incapacitate, too, from Godov to peel. and the Tornado, they're really taking care of Sinu very well.
Oh, can Functional Sociopaths turn it around? They have no healers. Xanox up top is, so low on health. Oh, the parry just in time. And he is going to end up going down. Varask 1v3. I think this is going to go the way of Daybach. Yes.
Oh my God, they came back from a from a very huge deficit.
Yeah.
Functional Sociopath was sitting on the game round for so long, but Daybach kind of pulled it back. And again, in scrappy fashion, kind of in the clutch, Daybach takes the first map.
Yeah, the question is now, can they keep that going? As you said, it was very scrappy. Very, very scrappy from them.
Some decisions made on the side of Functional Sociopaths, and we kind of saw that in their game against Intolerant as well, as they were trying to close that out. They got a little antsy, you know?
Yep.
And Xanox was putting a lot of good pressure onto Sinu, but then Sinu really got taken care of by his team. The Tornadoes, just the use of zaps as well, just everything coming his way to help him get out of that situation, and was able to survive just barely.
Yeah.
And I think that their aggression and the constant use of Panic Flask on jumps, when he sees Raygon coming in, he winds up his Panic Flask, so the instant Raygon lands, he hits him with a Panic Flask. And that really changed the situation for Randler, because Randler understood, okay, we're going for it now, I'm going to go in. And once Xanox got panicked, he wasn't going to contribute to the damage, so everyone just piled onto Randler in that moment of opportunity and found the kill.
Well, now the question for me, I was going to say, if Daybach lost that map, I was thinking that maybe they would switch things up back to their double support composition. To me, at least from what I've seen of the composition that they're running right now, their double supports just seemed a little more consistent across the board from previous weeks. The double support comp just felt better to me, at least. They seem to play a lot more consistently with it. And it's still an option on the table for them if they want to make that switch over, because they did just barely pull out this victory, right? So I don't know if we'll see it. Maybe some sort of a change up, but we'll see if they end up going back to double support, which in previous weeks that had been a big thing for Daybach. The past couple of weeks that was the composition that they really enjoyed running and had a lot of success with it. So that's the question here. Will they change? Will we see changes on the side of Functional Sociopaths?
I think that's a very good question. I'm not entirely convinced that they should or that they will.
So
it could be worth
maybe
exploring. I mean,
no.
It's definitely much more of a risk to be running this Raygon composition.
Yeah.
Because you require more out of yourself. Right?
When I think, too, here we might see maybe on the side of the Functional Sociopaths, maybe Xanox switching back over to the Bako instead of the Raygon, because to me, they seemed much more comfortable as a unit, Functional Sociopaths, when they were running that Bako. I mean, we think about that's when they really turned around their match against Intolerant, was they go down map 1, okay, Xanox switching from Raygon over to Bako, and then we saw them with much more success after they did that. So I think that might be a good option for Functional Sociopaths here, is to maybe change up in that department. Not that his Raygon is particularly not bad or anything. It's just I think them as a whole feel better with the Bako. Maybe they seem to play a little bit better with Bako. So we'll see.
Map implications as well as comp implications. I mean, I think the Bako was a smart choice against what Intolerant had to run, just because of the fact that you can reflect a lot of the projectiles.
Right.
You can also force a lot of mobility, and you have CC to hold them down. That's going to be hard for them to fight out of. I think Bako was a very good choice in that particular matchup. But I don't know if that's necessarily the case against what Daybach is running.
Yeah.
But we'll see. They might want to try just to see. Is there going to be one map down if they make a mistake in what they draft here and lose the game because of it, they lose the tournament?
That's the thing. You can't, now that they're down a map, you can't really afford to be making mistakes in really any department. So we'll see what they decide to bring out. Game number 2 coming up very shortly. It's the finals of BattleRekt, the Proving Grounds, the EU edition. It's week number 6. And this one here, Functional Sociopaths and Daybach battling it out. Daybach up 1 map over Functional Sociopaths. A really tight map number 1 here. So we got a good game on our hands. Hopefully map number 2 is just as good. We'll see if they went for any change-ups really compositionally, but they are starting to get in the game now, so we should be there any second. How you feeling about it, Rainey? Think Daybach's going to finish it out?
I'm feeling like it's just so close. It's too close to tell in my eyes. It really comes down to how Functional Sociopaths adjust. So they have adjusted. They did adjust against Intolerant, and it was a good adjustment. Can they do it again here? If they end up in a situation where they're just playing that same scrappy fight, BattleRekt has shown time and time again that they're pretty good in the clutch, right? And so I don't know if you want to challenge them there. You want to make sure you have a much more solid strategy and much more solid execution lined up for this particular match.
Well, here we go. We see a little bit of change up. BattleRekt going back over to that double support composition that they had run in previous weeks. They had always run Kababi on the Taya as well with that. So you have the Uldor Lucy Taya for BattleRekt, their double support, and then Functional Sociopath now put Xanox on Shifu rather than the Raigon or Bako. And we know Xanox he's gone around to a lot of different melee champions, all sorts of different champions in general in BattleRekt. Shifu being one of them that he played at one point, I believe. So definitely has experience on this champion. Has he been playing it as much recently? That's a question. Will they have better success with the Shifu is the question, but find out shortly.
Already starting to do a little bit of chipping damage here. Kababi goes for the extract now. It is not the third round yet, so the tractor beam doesn't quite have the stun.
Kababi starting to work in, getting the greens down on the bottom and using his own tornado, and now the ultimate from Varask. It's gonna,
oh man.
Ooh, little Venn diagram action going here.
And really
Xanox.
the goal here, the reason why Kababi dives so aggressively is because he just wanted to deny as many of the objectives as he could. They got the center orb, but he wanted to deny them the green candy, and he did. And overall, with this double healer, we talk about control, that's really what they want to do, just make you heal less than they heal, and it's really easy for them to heal.
Ooh. Nice panic from Sanu on the Xanox, and an in-cap. Now he wants to, oh, nice counter hit as well.
Man. He gets the orb from right underneath the feet of Functional Sociopath with the X-Strike. And that puts them in a really good spot here.
Got caught by the initial damage on the goo. Oh, Godov using his ultimate to save Sanu from the goo.
No clarity potion available, so any CC that goes right now will stick.
Oh, nice counter hit. Needed that so bad. Xanox is ailing at the moment. Oh, Godov so close to finishing him off. Gave him barrier. Varask goes down.
Really well played on the side of BattleRekt here.
Wow, nice spear. I think he I-framed the sands of time there. Really well done by Xanox. Hitting his counter again. He's hit so many of his counters to keep himself alive, but not enough in the end.
To me, this is BattleRekt really identifying a strategy and executing it well. I think that when you're in this situation, you have a much clearer game plan, and the fact that you can send Kababi out there to really achieve that by denying objectives on the map from your enemy team and also just out-healing them gives you a very clear path to victory, right? And this is what we mean by consistent. You're able to close out the game with all members of their team alive, and they just played out methodically. Some of the execution errors there, like Sinu hitting counters or just people on BattleRekt in general hitting counters, they kind of get mitigated by the fact that you have such a strong game plan that it doesn't quite matter as much unless you're doing it like back-to-back constantly.
And now that's given BattleRekt 1-0 lead. Map number 2. They are up a map at the moment. Xanox wants to keep the pressure onto Godov right now, or he was. It's changing his mind. But good haste to get Sanu out of there. Actually, Functional Sociopaths will grab our first orb, so both teams just kind of poking around at the moment, but Xanox has been doing a really good job of timing his counter as well.
Absolutely.
He's been hitting a lot of them.
There's the crippling goo to punish. Uldor gets the tornado to get him out of there.
Now,
Time Bender is available as well. So we'll see if Godov opts to spend that soon.
oh, Xanox missing his spear. He's trying to engage. Randler actually is taking a beating right now. Has to use his roll. Oh, he just gets barrier in time. He is still so hurt. Needs to get out of there. No, and Godov follows up.
Kababi is low as well, but again, how do you get to Kababi if he's playing passively and playing safe? There's so much damage on the side of the supports as well. They can actually really push some health numbers on their own.
Whoa. Well, there goes BattleRekt. 2-0.
And it's a very different game.
Yes. Incredibly different. See, to me, they just feel more comfortable with this double support composition. They seem to be playing just better across the board. Seems like it's a bit more in their comfort zone. But it's nice to have two different solid comps that you can play with like this. But I think this is a little more their bread and butter right now. Just really starting to steamroll this game. Functional Sociopaths don't want to let it get out of hand here. They're already down a map. Now if Daebak just pull out 3 more rounds, that's game over. They take first.
Ooh, we'll hit the counter, and that's going to put directly. That's going to put Xanox directly behind Sinu there, which could have been really dangerous, but they somehow dispel that situation. I wonder if that was some fault of Functional Sociopaths in terms of their line of play.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Green's up, Xanox. Get it. Nice X strike onto him. Goo on both sides. That AoE panic is going to land. Oh, into the chop up top. Xanox getting some good damage onto Sinu, but he's able to barrier up and heal. Health advance, actually health just about even at the moment.
Nice take of the orb for Functional Sociopaths. That's 2-0, and Kababi is getting quite low. Meanwhile, Lucy is being pressured out here, and Eldora doesn't really have much space to move. They're just being kind of pressured on all 4 sides, all 3 sides rather.
Went for the slice and dice, almost finished off Sinu.
Oh man, they all pumped so many cooldowns into that counter.
Man, Xanox is just laying on the hurt right now. Goo comes out on both sides. That's trouble for Sinu. He ends up going down. Godov and Kababi both incredibly hurt at the moment. It's going to be tough for both of them to stay alive. Spacing away just in time was Godov. They need to get these greens. Oh no, and Xanox completely denied them of the greens too.
Huge play by Xanox.
That is really well done. This is going to take some magic.
Scenario, I mean, they're kiting out really well. There's still the time travel. He's going to get it.
Nice.
He gets a stun as well. Huge amounts of damage. Piggy will hit the counter. We'll see. Doesn't have energy for the tornado quite yet. That's going to be really important.
They're actually playing this 2v2 really well right now, Godov and Kababi.
They quite get the quick save.
They brought themselves back into this quite heavily. They were at a pretty big health disadvantage at the start, and they've certainly worked their way back. Oh, tornado!
I think that might be it. He needs to dodge a spear.
Haste!
Sure. Oh, God!
Oh,
there it is.
Pulled back in.
Yeah. The fact that he checked so close to that obstacle when he was coming around the corner on his mount actually was really dangerous.
He has his ultimate at the ready. Godov.
With the Chrono Flux there. He doesn't
now
get
he's got it. He's going to have to use it.
Oh,
Landing.
He gets a stun. Oh, barely missed the Lucy.
Man. Close, but no cigar. Functional Sociopaths getting themselves on the board, though. Huge orb control from them on that last round as well. 6-0. That is
2 of them in
pretty
the
big.
2v2.
Yeah. That was, though, big credit to Daebak, Kababi, and Godov to at least even have a chance in that 2v2. They really turned it around, but in the end, Functional Sociopaths take it. A lot of damage coming out from Xanox as well. Big round from him, but here we go. 2-1.
Xanox already had to spend his space, a clarity potion on the immaterial on Xanox's side, so he's just going to be dodging left and right, trying to mitigate damage here. He'll do so fairly successfully.
Oh,
With his counter, so Xanox might be in a little bit of trouble here, but lands the incapacitate on Lucy.
Goes immaterial. Oh, stone glass. He'll get petrified. Ooh. Ah, man. Keeps hitting that counter. He goes into the ultimate, but Godov still had his space, so he's able to get himself out of there. Kababi's in some trouble right now, getting melted. He's got to find a way out. Nice use of the ultimate from Godov to keep his teammate alive as the goo was coming in.
Oh, huge X-Strike from Kababi is going to bring up a little bit of pressure, but they need to do a little bit more damage, as well as think about the center orb, which has always pretty much gone to Functional Sociopaths in this whole tournament, but especially against Daebak.
Center orb control is normally something Daebak does pretty well, but it's been a struggle for them so far in this map. Oh, the AoE panic. This is trouble. Goo comes in, and down goes Kababi. And that goo from Sinu isn't really going to do much of anything. And Godov's going to use his ultimate. He might be in some trouble here now. He's got nothing else. He used it to save his teammate. And then he ends up going down. Functional Sociopaths get
2 and
another
2.
round back. Yeah, we're tied up.
Their BattleRekts could have changed something about the scenario, made them a little more aggressive, as well as I think. So I want to see if they got the Toxic Bolt. I think that is a popular BattleRekt to get on Lucy now, and that's going to reduce their healing. No, he got the Swift Roll instead, so it's not really so much. Maybe it's making Randler a little more survivable, you know? Not sure what exactly the BattleRekt change was that kind of
That turned it. Yeah.
turns it. But it might be also that and Functional Sociopaths just playing better around defensive options that Daybak has, just kind of getting more used to the double support.
Xanox has really been able to wreak just a lot of havoc, too. He gets in there. Daybak's been hitting a lot of his counters that he's been putting out there. And there he goes, hitting another one.
Well. So much pressure right now. Lots of CC that's coming in at the right time, allowing Xanox to get pokes off as well as CC their healer. They split up.
Pulled him right back into the goo with the spear, too. Well done by Xanox. And then getting the end cap on top of that. He's playing really well at the moment. They're not going to hit his counter this time. Stunned him up in the middle of his ultimate. This might be a lot of trouble for Xanox right now if they can turn and take him on. That is so much damage.
A huge taser there for Varask. But so far, they're playing fairly passive, and they miss the orb again. 2 orbs to 0, and that's going to give Varask the ultimate. Fortunately enough for Kababi, he avoids a lot of it, but Godov is going to take the short end of the stick and get killed in that whole exchange.
Oh, Kababi should be going down. Indeed he will. Functional Sociopath starting to figure out Daybak here. You know, starting to outgame him. And they will actually take the lead. That is 3 unanswered rounds coming out for Functional Sociopaths.
Is definitely kind of playing on the passive end of it. They're giving a lot of map control away to Functional Sociopaths, and that might be because they're so used to playing very kitey with this double support composition. They don't feel comfortable pressing in and starting anything, and that's losing them a lot of the center orbs. This could be a big weakness here. It's hard for double support necessarily to buy space. At least in this particular scenario, that's what it feels like.
I think they just need to find a good opportunity to punish Xanox as well. If they can not hit his counter, like right there. Oh, the double ink cap, though. And Kababi's just getting melted.
That's so much pressure being put onto Daybak after you have to take a double incapacitate there. That costs almost nothing for the Shifu.
Nice X-Strike. Oh, Sinu's caught in there. Nice tornado, but he is done after that. Oh, he's got a barrier. Might actually be able to get away. Barely. They're kind of stuck down in the corner. Now the double in cap again. That tendon swing is just huge.
Yep, basically leaving Kababi all on his own, and now he's going to die here.
Man. Totally turning this around, Functional Sociopaths. The Daybak about to go down yet another round here. Bam, there goes Goda. And Sinu is soon to follow. Functional Sociopaths have a map point. It's 4-2. Oh, man. That is a big turnaround from them, though. 4 straight rounds.
Functional Sociopaths is putting it together, getting the pieces together. This is the kind of adaptation that they really leverage to be intolerant.
Yep, they certainly having themselves a day here in this tournament, but Daybak's not done yet.
Good counter, and then good attack right onto Sinu here, and that's really bad news. The incapacity to stop the tornado, no energy as well. Everything's just slowed down one step further. The EX Spear and the counter to continue the aggression. There's just so much damage that Sinu is taking here, and has to spend the tornado on himself. Sinu is just dead.
Man, he's just getting absolutely massacred right now. He uses his roll to get away, but after that, he's really got nothing in the tank to keep himself alive. Functional Sociopaths. Xanox is just going back. Yeah, the rest of the team is just moving back into the middle right now to go make sure they secure that center orb. Probably try and deny these greens. Xanox did that up top. Might try and move. No, he was going to go to the bottom. He's just surfing his way in on the carpet. Oh, Godov up top. Oh, if they all 3 turn on him.
Watch out for Varask. He took a lot of damage there. The stun, the Clarity Potion was well timed, but now there's no more Clarity Potion. And here comes Kababi with the Piggy. Sinu still trying to fend off Xanox on his own. Oh no, a whiffed ultimate here. Randler doesn't have too many options. Kababi trying to get the X-Strike around the wall, but doesn't quite get it. I think it's still definitely possible, but they just need to be very careful about the execution. I feel like they've lost a few opportunities already.
Nice panic. Oh, the barrier was given. He goes into the ultimate. Godov doesn't have a whole lot.
The instant immaterial is used, that crippling goo will come down on top. Tries to go for Varask on it, and that's going to be the end.
Oh, yeah, there goes Sanu. Man, functional sociopaths. What an incredible turnaround
The
in
end
this
game
series.
decision making there for Daybach, not quite good enough to stop the aggression that functional sociopaths put on. And again, take a look at that orb control 2-0.
Yep.
Which it's too easy to see that space on double support. So now that we've seen the double support and how it acts against functional sociopaths, there is that question: do you go back to running Rygon? Because at least you were able to clutch it out, right? It was scrappy, but you had options to fight with, and you could challenge space. Now, I feel like there is a possibility for them to win with double healer, but maybe they got put into this mindset where they had to play so defensive, so they weren't connecting on their kills as much as they could have been. There were moments of opportunity against Randler, there were moments of opportunity against Xeox, there were moments against Veroskal in this last round, but they just weren't willing to make that commitment happen. And that's kind of the thing about supports. They do have a lot of damage. They have some combo potential, sometimes really great combo potential, but it also costs a lot, and it costs a lot to continuously try to attempt. And if you're doing that and you're not hitting your shots, you're not making the connection happen, you're not landing your CC, and you're not getting the damage that you need, you could be put into a really bad spot. And they're just not quite as aggressive as other characters like maybe Rygon can be.
Yeah, it's tough at this point for Daybach. They have a couple of different things that they could do, but it definitely seems like the Rygon composition that they had going in Game 1 was a little more successful for them. Functional Sociopaths only took them really a couple rounds to figure out the double support thing, and then they're like, oh, okay. And it was just a total turnaround, 5 straight rounds from them after they lost the first 2 and just steamrolled. So now we're tied up at 1 map apiece here, and
this is going to be, we'll see if Daybach continues being a first-place team here in EU. Every 3 weeks, things shake up.
Yeah, man.
Intolerant had their 3 weeks budget. Who's next?
That's right, dude. Functional Sociopaths are the one shaking things up this week, playing really well. The best that we've seen out of Functional Sociopaths, I think, in quite a while. In the past probably 3 or 4 weeks or so. I think this is the best play that we've seen out of them. So, you know, it's their time. They have the opportunity to go and take a week of BattleRekt here. Will Daybach be able to turn it around? Do you think we're going to see the change up out of Daybach?
I think so.
Yeah. I think definitely back to some sort of their old composition, the one that they were running in Game 1, because obviously double support. Functional Sociopaths reading them like a book.
5-2 is not a fantastic scoreline.
Yeah.
The rounds were close, but I don't know. I think the pressure's on here. Right?
Yeah.
As with all these teams, it's hard to tell how much more they can push themselves. How much more can you play around positioning and the map and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to be a big factor too, right? Whose map choice is it going to be?
That's true. Yeah. So questions that will be answered here very, very shortly, my friends. We should be getting into game there. I see everybody's getting themselves readied up. So,
what a day of broadcast.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Been enjoying it. Good game here in the final. Guy in our ear says he's got another riddle for us.
Today is a day of riddles.
Yeah.
What the
All right.
heck is going on here?
Yep. Let's hear it.
All
right.
I love rhymes.
A word I know, 6 letters it contains. Remove 1 letter and 12 remains. What am I?
A word I know. 6 letters it contains. C-A-R-R-O-T.
A word I know, 6 letters it contains. Remove how many? Remove 1 letter and 12 remains.
Dozens. D-O-Z-E-N. Wow, that
oh,
was it?
Apparently. Okay, he got it. Ding, ding, ding. Did anybody in chat get it? Oh, not that quick. Wow, what a beast.
Wow.
What a beast.
My mind's, it's on the gear.
This guy.
But
apparently chat's calling him Korean Jesus. How do you feel about that, Rainey?
I'm neither religious nor Korean.
Hey.
Boy.
Hey. I like the title.
BattleRekt brings out the greatest in people. Thank you very much for
well done.
compliments.
Well done. Take a bow. Oh, man. Chat always cracks me up. I love you guys.
To be fair, my first guess was carrot. So I don't know if you can give me much credit.
Who?
My first guess for that rhyme was carrot.
Oh, yeah.
C-A-R-R-O-T.
Hey, I mean, I didn't even say anything. So, I mean,
You
you're
haven't
a
said
step
anything
ahead
for
of me.
any of the rhymes today. The only one was the one that you got wrong.
I know. That's why I stopped saying anything. 'Cause I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. Yeah. That's it. I just let him answer these things. He's smarter than me.
No.
So,
I'm
you
actually.
know, I
If you
just
say
sit here
things with
and
confidence, then sometimes it can be true.
that's true. I could have just said any word.
Here's the thing. I want one day for Onslaught to be able to come on this show and just tell us exactly how wrong we are about everything that we say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Onslaught's a great team. They're aggressive.
Yeah.
I actually think that's true. They're good at aggression. They're good at CC. They're good at coordination.
I would say so.
I think that's like their hallmarks is their aggression and their CC, right? And then their coordination is like the vehicle they use to get that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't think they would deny that, but I'm sure there's a million other teams.
Oh,
that are like,
yeah.
Oh, their stream does this, and they're like, no, we don't actually.
Yeah,
At
there's
all.
even the
Sorry to all the teams out there.
the week that In the
Big
Flesh
apology.
came here. The week that In the Flesh came here, I realized so many things that I was just wrong about.
Yeah.
I listened to him talk for a couple minutes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm wrong. I'm dumb.
I wish I could have been here with In the Flesh. I
Yeah.
can't believe you got to do that.
Missed out on the spicy analysis.
In the Flesh. In the Flesh.
In the Flesh, in the Flesh.
In the Flesh.
All right.
All right, so we're in the last map of the Proving Grounds, Week 6. Thank you to SLS and Twitch for making it happen.
All right. Much love, my friends. Much love. Here we go. They made the switch back to the Rygon and the single support. And Functional Sociopath's going to be staying with what worked well. See if Xanox can start popping off here again. Oh, Daybach narrowly getting that center orb. Oh, up top. Tornado's going to be used onto God of. Oh, a lot of pressure on the Randler right now. Desperately trying to get his way out of there.
What
Woo!
the heck just happened there? They just blew all their load on everything. What the heck? Just all of a sudden, everybody's threw everything out there. What the heck?
Oh.
It was just like they were fighting and they were getting an advantage and they just smelled blood and it was like, oh, press the buttons.
I mean, that's sounds like me out there. Just start
worked.
pressing buttons.
It worked.
Oh, well, Daybach, yeah, it worked. Daybach did it.
It works. They don't even have Iva on their team.
Oh, sad boys.
Sand boys.
All right, Daybach, here we go. Right now, Godov looking. Oh, thought he was going to try to go for Randler with that, but he is now actually putting his pressure onto Randler. Oh, it's actually stuck down here in the corner. Oh, you got.
Oh my God, that is just a mollywhopping. That is not fun.
Oh my God! See ya, Sanu.
Oh my
You had
God.
each team's Lucy was like trapped in a cubby of death up top. It was who
Oh
can
my
kill the other one
God.
first.
You can't be bullying little girls like that. It's not cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
the
do you-
anime!
The anime.
Okay, they actually just walked out of it.
Oh, they were not. They were not down for the anime.
This happens every time. Daybach will lose a champion, they'll lose a player, and they'll just come back and win the 2v2. They'll win the 3v2.
Oh.
Godov came in with the ultimate, did a good amount of damage, even though they had to walk out of it. It still did the damage,
Yeah.
and they were able to convert that into a kill. And I don't know.
That was.
I don't know.
That was.
I feel like Godov's Fragon does just a little more damage than every. Like
Yeah.
he has like a 5%, like a 4% increase
Little
damage
buff.
compared to everybody. Yeah, his Rygon
Yeah.
just does just that slight little bit more damage than everybody else's.
That was wacky. The round was just wacky from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
You just have Randler and Snoo getting pounded in the corners, and then all right. Well, let's see if they can avoid doing that again. Oh.
Let's see. Randler is getting bullied up here. He lands a Panic Flash, and that's actually good, precise aiming. He didn't hit into the parry. He got a Kababi there at the end, but now Randler might be getting bullied here. Godov goes for the right click, but hits the wall instead, and that's super important that Randler was able to swift roll out of that.
Oh,
Daybok getting center orb control. That's not something that they were able to do before.
well.
Sinu in the 1v1,
yeah.
surviving here. He's
Nice
on the
panic.
Scorpion. Run!
Run while you can. Oh. He's going. Ultimate. Randler, quite hurt. Uses Swift Roll. Oh, Sanu couldn't quite land that panic.
Oh,
or
panic
the,
flash through the EXM material there.
Nice
Counter is
parry.
popped, so Xenox actually has no more defense, and it's going to be a 3v1. Here comes the Crippling Goo. He needs a spear out of it. Run!
Oh.
Whirling Blade for the counterattack. Oh my god,
Kababi.
it may be a little too aggressive.
Goes down.
Daybok saw an opportunity, but it was not the right one. Oh, nice move. Good decision making from Xenox here. Avoids the
2v3.
Crippling Goo entirely, but I think it's too little too late.
Yeah, this should be a functional sociopath round.
Ah! Whoa!
I just want to yell.
There it is.
All right.
Yep, that was looking a little bit like Mission Impossible there for a little while, but then he just got killed.
All right, functional
Look at
sociopath.
that skin.
Round of the, I know, right? Sick. I wish somebody played Ashka today and they had the new skin. God, I want to see it.
What was important about that particular situation there was Daybok was in a good position to 3v1 Xenox, but Xenox immediately identified that situation and started throwing the spears early. And that's going to be one of the biggest ways for Shifu to save himself. After your immaterial, after your counter is down, you just try to spear yourself away. And he had the meter to be able to use his Whirlwind, to use his Whirling Blade. And that shield plus the damage was enough to kind of stop the pressure of Daybok.
Godov putting the hurt onto Vrask right now. Actually, he's just running at
Oh my
him.
god, he's just giving him the palm.
Holy cow, man.
The sweaty nerd palms that Godov has.
Sweaty nerd bombs.
Put his hands on Vrask, and Vrask not feeling too great.
I'm not feeling the best, but he's all right for now. He got healed up. Ooh, the in-caps, a lot of damage onto Godov here.
Oh,
now
watch
into
out,
the
the
Whirling
Whirling
Blade.
Blade.
Godov doesn't have anything to get away.
The panic flash.
Just got
God.
his space.
Watch out for the spear. Oh, man. Just too much for Senu to handle in that situation. Ooh, nice jump from Vrask. Avoids the ultimate there.
Oh, man, he barely avoided the goo there. Get the stuns off, but he's still so hurt. Didn't have his sustain up. On cooldown, couldn't do it.
Functional Sociopaths is adapting so quick. I really appreciate that about what they're doing today. And I think in that scenario, the pressure that they're putting out is becoming super effective here with kind of Xenox leading the charge. I really feel like even though I think that there's this sentiment that Melee is in an awkward spot right now in the game in terms of kind of a lot of people have trouble running Bako. I think a lot of people also have trouble running Raigon. I think Shifu may be the only one, but even then, like, Melee has been a hot topic in the community for a while now, but they're really making it work. And I think the reason is because of their coordination and kind of the amount of skill that these Melee players carry. The front line is really kind of working overtime, I think, compared to BattleRekt metas of old.
Well, functional sociopaths now have managed to claw back a couple of rounds.
Oh my God.
Randler. Get out of there. Oh, he got panicked
Randler
as
got
well.
panicked back in.
Wow.
That position from Sinu was actually so fantastic. The barrier to survive, he picks up the 2 greens, but now pressure coming from Godov.
Oh, this might be trouble. Oh, into the chop.
Tries to land the panic flash, but doesn't quite get it. Needs to heal up. Godov might be in trouble here. Gets his next parry, and the barrier is put on, but I think he's going to go down here. Too aggressive. He needed some way to stabilize. I think he especially needed Kababi to give him a little bit of help.
Oh, Varas just desperately trying to get out of there. Nice barrier as well from Randler to keep Vrask alive right there. The X strike could have just about killed him. The barrier was perfectly timed. Xenox trying to come back in, gets the MCAP clarity, will cleanse him.
Oh my god, there's so much damage coming out here, but another barrier coming up from the Piggy ultimate pop. And he stays on the Piggy. That's going to be really important. There it is. Oh, gets a counter. That might actually put Xenox in a dangerous spot. Good immaterial to control the situation, and the whiff panic flash, I think that's nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this. Oh, pulling Sanu back in. Oh, 5 health. He's
the vortex
barely
cancels out the
surviving.
counter.
Nice clarity.
Kababi dodges the taser. The backline is actually quite weak. There's going to be a few that are quite low on health. But really what's important is the next.
The
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Had nothing else to get out of there.
Yep.
Snoo 1v3.
Super tough to get the position they needed to close out that situation. But Daybach just hanging in strong. Functional sociopaths are really taking advantage of moments of opportunity that Daybach thinks they have to go aggressive and punishes them for it. Randler was put in a bad spot and had to run across the map to get away. Daybach opted not to continue chasing, and I think that was the right choice, but then on the reinitiate and on the second play, they really didn't do as well, and they kind of lost out in a big way.
Dude, every time Daybach goes up 2 rounds, Functional Sociopaths start bringing it back. They've had 3 straight. See if they can keep it going here in our 3rd and final map in the grand finals. Right now, Godov's really taking a beating. Oh, into the chops.
Oh, Godov, run!
Oh, man. They're just having so much trouble now. The turnarounds from Functional Sociopaths in these maps are just incredible.
Is so on fire right now.
Yeah.
And I think that they definitely deserve it based on the way that they've been playing all tournament long.
Yep.
This lineup we were talking about, Randler, Varosk, and Xanox, and how they would come together, especially with Varosk coming into such a different style of team. Telrosk was definitely kind of a niche team in kind of their play style and how they kind of operated in the competitive space, and Varosk is fitting in beautifully right now. Randler continuing to flex his muscles as kind of like one of the top supports to play BattleRekt, and Xanox, I really feel like he's stepping up and making a name for himself as a frontliner here, whereas before I feel like Xanox was definitely overshadowed by the likes of a player like 213, and Randler himself, but Xanox is really showing why he's included on this team and what makes him the top pick for this synergy of members.
Yeah, playing really, really well right now. Oh, Godov.
Watch out. He's about
barely got out.
He's getting his
so
spin
hurt.
ready. He's getting his spin ready.
Oh, the barrier saves him.
Are
Now
you ready?
Tornado used. They don't have much else on the side of
he's
Daybach.
spinning. Run!
Oh, he's still... No, couldn't survive. Kababi and Sanu, last one's up, man. It is just... It's going to be full-on Functional Sociopaths here. They are looking good to take the championship.
To be the one team that we mentioned the least at the beginning of the tournament is going to be the team that takes it. And in typical European fashion,
that's right.
Once your 3-week budget is done, it's time for a new team to
no
rise.
No more after 3 weeks. Functional Sociopaths take the crown. They take down Daybach. And man, what a tournament from them. Winning week 6 of BattleRekt, the Proving Grounds. As you said, Rainey, I mean, coming into today, they were definitely not the team that I would have suspected to win the whole thing. But
Europe never ceases to amaze. And this team lineup here of Randler, Varosk, and Xanox, Randler and Xanox, especially, I think, coming from kind of humble backgrounds in the sense of like they've gone far in tournaments. They've kind of been overshadowed by the likes of teams like Bruce Lee, of teams like Telrosk, and these other big EU teams that have been powerhouses. And it's kind of been interesting to see now how this reimagination of them and this new meta against a team as strong as Intolerant, being able to beat them, and then also the second place team, Daybach, they definitely deserve their position here after chewing through those lineups.
Yeah, what were for the past 3 weeks like the 2 best teams in Europe really playing in the BattleRekt tournaments. They're able to chew through both of them, and they've gotten themselves a victory here, a tournament win. Let's look at the bracket. You can see exactly how they did it, see what we're talking about. They took down You Choose first, and then on from there, Intolerant, and then Daybach in the finals. Some close games. It took them some 2-1s to do it, but they managed to pull it out in the end. That's a really big victory for them. Got to give them some good confidence moving forward as well into future weeks. We see the tides turning a little bit here in Europe, so it should mix things up. Certainly, even taking down You Choose. I mean, they have some solid players on that squad as well. So Functional Sociopaths had a pretty tough draw coming into the tournament, but they were able to pull out the win. So hats off to them as well as Daybach for making it into the finals. But guys, before we kind of wrap things up here, keep in mind that we do this from time to time. We do these broadcasts. We have NA coming up later today as well. That'll be up at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I believe that's 2 a.m. CET. And of course, obviously, we do this every Thursday. You can see it on screen there, your times to tune into the broadcast. So definitely keep that in mind. We're here. We still have, 4 weeks left After this, we're in week 6, so
I believe
7, 8, 9, 10, yeah.
there's 6 weeks left. I believe we're going 12 weeks, but
Oh, 12 weeks, Mike.
lots of BattleRekt to come.
Oh, we got even more than I thought.
Mhm.
So more BattleRekt to come. Another 6 weeks to go. So we'll be here. Make sure you tune in. And if you want to keep up to date with things NGE related, all that good stuff, you can follow us on Twitter @WatchNGE, as well as our own personal Twitters. But you can keep up with BattleRekt when it starts, all that good stuff. You can get the notifications for it. And as well, if you want to sign up for BattleRekt, if you want to sign up and get in this, it is free to play. So go to BattleRekt.com, click on the link there. It says Battle with Your Friends, I think, something like that. You can get in on the action, sign up, and play yourselves. Maybe one day, Rainey and I will be yelling at you.
Battle
here.
with your friends. What a good statement. That's a statement that we should think about for the BattleRekt community out there. Hey, you guys. We're all friends here.
That's right.
Battle with your friends.
Battle with
against
your
your
friends. That's
but
right.
in the end,
We're all
remember
friends.
that it's just game.
It's only game.
Why you have to be so
Why you have to be mad?
So make sure
I'm
the
mad.
next time you see another fellow member of the BattleRekt community, just give him some positivity.
That's right. We're all jolly people. I know that won't happen, but we'll pretend. Because I'm angry a lot.
Thank you very much for SLS and Twitch for making the Proving Grounds happen.
That's right. Big shout out to
Excited
them.
to do more.
Yep, couldn't do it without them. Again, much love, SLS and Twitch. But without further ado, I think that's going to conclude it for the EU portion of the
You're gonna mess it
broadcast. Nope, not going to mess it up this time.
All right.
You just wait. It's going to be the cleanest throw to end the show
My
that
mic's
you've
off.
ever seen. All right.
I'm watching.
Without further ado, for myself, Gex, Rainey, and everyone else here at NG, we say thanks for watching. We'll see you later today for the NA portion of the broadcast. Have a good one.